today, so I think I updated them today.
Here's Dexter's and Eunice. You may have that one, sir. Thank you, Mr. Jones.
Absolutely. Sure. Absolutely.
Test. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. How are you, ma'am?
Good. How are you?
We are doing well. We are ready if you wanted to start. I don't know as far as the radio portion of it goes when you normally start that. If you want to start the preview stuff.
When would you like to?
We're ready when you are. I know the digital broadcast is scheduled to start in about 1 minute.
Okay.
Are we coming through? Because this will be the first time that I've been plugged into all the Wi-Fi and whatnot here at the stadium. Are we coming through to where it's on the radio right now? I mean, like to you?
She cut out.
She did.
And as soon as the stream's able to come up, then I'll be able to check that.
Awesome. Well, hopefully today we can, during our pregame, we can kind of get the sound portion of it ironed out. And it's crazy because last time
Are y'all in Eunice? Or?
We are in Eunice.
Okay, yeah,
I think
usually when you're at home, it does a lot better.
Yes.
And then that last game, y'all were pretty much in a valley, so
Yep.
you were fighting all kinds of elements.
And what's crazy is last time the only thing we did different at halftime was just unplug the main power and then plug it back in. And as soon as we did that, everybody's like, yeah, you're great.
Just towards the end of the game, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was a halftime.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, it looks like we're coming through on my phone on Hobbs America.
Yeah, I'm hearing it too.
Okay. So you just let me know when we're ready on the radio portion and we'll start our pregame.
Okay, I have y'all going at Okay, I have y'all going at 45. Is that okay?
Okay, absolutely. Yeah, that'll be great. How does on your end through the feed and whatnot, does the sound okay at this point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and how about from Rosendo?
Our voices. 1, 2, testing. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's football game.
Yeah, he's good.
Thank you, man. Don't laugh at me now.
Man, I better knock on some wood, but this may be the first time that we've ever had everything go this smooth so far.
Yes, sir. The camera, would that get all the angles from here, sir? Just a quick question.
I believe it will.
Yeah.
And you know, something they asked me last time, and having that extra hand, I think we could be able to do it, is if we could zoom a little closer. I told them when it's just us doing it, sometimes it's hard to do that because we're speaking and everything else. But having a separate hand to do that, we can probably get a little closer. What they talked about is maybe trying to get it to where it's covering, say, 20 to 30 yards at a pop.
Okay, instead of the whole.
Rather than 60 or 80 yards at a pop.
Plus, this has a better stand. Standing has better. It's a whole better facility.
Yes.
We can get stuff done. Are you comfortable with me leaving my water here, sir?
Oh, definitely.
I got my lid on it. We're good. Good.
Yes, ma'am.
She want to ask a question?
I'm not sure. Yes, ma'am.
So
Back at
just to remind
y'all.
y'all.
Go ahead.
It's a delay.
Oh. That's something we need to work on, how to make signs with the hands. Like, okay, he wants this, he wants that.
Like a baseball third base coach.
Like you telling me, jump in, say something. No, time out. Oh, okay. Because sometimes I get watching the game and then. How was your workload this week?
We were busy.
That's a good thing and a bad thing, right?
Yeah.
Did you get to do everything you had planned to do?
Yeah, I think so. We're going to try to get up in the morning and then head over the mountain, watch a little bit of volleyball. Yeah, I missed earlier. I didn't see Chloe get hit. I didn't know any of that stuff happened.
I think Penny Parker. I think she was live feeding it. My wife was watching it, and I was outside. And
Playing intro now.
Okay.
$30 seconds. $15. 5, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Eunice Cardinal Stadium as we are set to bring you Friday night football action between the multiple-time defending 2A state champion, number 3 Max Preps ranked, and number 1 coaches poll ranked Eunice Cardinals as they host the number 6 ranked 3A Dexter Demons. My name is Jimmy Jones, currently in my second season covering the Eunice Cardinals for the Knollmark Broadcast Network. Tonight's broadcast can be heard on KPZA 103.7 FM Hobbs, as well as streamed live at hobbsamerica.com. Click on the Cardinal for the Eunice Sports YouTube channel. With me tonight, I have Rosendo Caballero sitting to my right. Welcome, Rosendo.
thank you, sir. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, and we have Charlie Fairbrush back after a little hiatus. He's back here. He's helping us control the camera tonight, so welcome, Charlie. He don't have the headset on, but he's helping us with the camera, so it's great to have him back as well. Let's start with a recap of last week. The Cards took the 6-hour bus ride to Hot Springs High School located in Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. The Cards jumped out to an early lead and never looked back, eventually winning 54-6. Eunice controlled every aspect of that game except the paratrooper or kite glider or whatever he was that flew into the stadium at halftime. Definitely a strange event. I think they were trying to land him right in the center of the field, and he landed somewhere off back behind the press box somewhere.
Yeah, parking lot, didn't he?
Yeah, very, very strange. So in that game, the Cards compiled 459 total yards of offense, including 138 rushing yards and 321 yards through the air. One negative note, the Cards did have a couple of fumbles and an interception. This has been a minor problem for the Cards this season, and we must hang on to that football and quit with the turnovers. Quarterback Conager Pierce continues to improve as he was 14 of 20 through the air, which included 5 touchdown passes. He also ran a long touchdown, which ended as he plowed his way into the end zone, looking more like a fullback than a quarterback. His QB rating continues to climb as it is now at a 158, which is a very good QB rating. Sophomore Ashton Thompson has shown it may be the future of this Eunice Cardinal team. He led the team in receiving with 84 yards, hauled in 2 touchdowns, and he also had one really amazing catch out near midfield. Nationwide sports broadcasters have now termed that type of catch as a Moss after legendary NFL wide receiver Randy Moss. Thompson went up, took the ball away from a Hot Springs defender, and he definitely mossed him. It was pretty neat. George Ortega also had another great game receiving as he had 4 catches for 79 yards, including a 38-yard touchdown grab. Junior Van Brecken made a highlight catch and then scampered 38 yards for a receiving touchdown. It was pretty neat. He leaped into midair, stretched between 2 defenders that collided, grabbed the ball between them, spun and landed, and as the 2 defenders collided in a violent crash, he was the only one that stayed on his feet, and then he took the casual stroll down to the end zone for a touchdown. So very impressive. The passing game also saw freshman Alex Yanez with a 12-yard catch for touchdown. senior Gio Chacon made the longest 3-yard receiving touchdown that I've probably ever seen. He started on the far left in the left wideout position, caught the ball, cut through the center of the field all the way, weaving in and out of his entire line, and ended up crossing into the end zone on the far right side of the field. So it was the longest 3-yard touchdown in history, I believe. Pretty impressive on Gio's part. Micah Tippett also had a great game with 81 yards receiving and 58 yards rushing. He ended the game with 139 all-purpose yards. This young man can do it all. On the ground, the Cardinals also had some success with Brady Colburn having the longest run of the day as he came in late and ran one for 35 yards around the right side, showing some of his family's genetic speed. This young man came in as a QB late in the game and did a great job, even passing for a touchdown late in the game as well. Micah Tippett had 8 carries for 58 yards. Pierce had 3 carries for 32 yards. Josh Carlos had 2 carries for 8 yards. This was this senior's first game back, and he can definitely go. He's got some speed. He showed that by busting a 54-yard punt return all the way untouched for a touchdown, he can fly, and we expect big things from him. On the offensive side of the ball, you must mention these hogs up front. Our offensive line has continued to improve and definitely looks much better each game. I worry about that tonight here. I'm not sure if everybody's aware, but we had Jorge Ontiveros go down with an injury this week in practice. They say it's a stress fracture to his right foot. He's out at least a week, and then they're going to have to reevaluate it. And he's definitely the longest tenured lineman that we've got, and we hate to see him out. So that's definitely going to hurt. We also had one of the Teague boys, the one that's the starting lineman. He, I guess he got hurt getting out of his truck, tripped over
I believe he stepped a bag of chips and he rolled his ankle.
Chip bag, and rolled his ankle, and so he's going to miss tonight. So that's 2 starting linemen that are out tonight, and so we'll see how that works out. On special teams last week, kicker Elgin Wood continues to improve as he was 4 for 8 on PATs. Each time he kicked it, it looked great from the booth, but apparently the first 4 were wide left, and he had plenty of leg on all of them. In fact, on his kickoffs, he kicked all of them inside the 20 except for 2, and those were inside the 10. And so he's definitely getting the hang of it, coming from soccer and kind of doing the crossover here. On the defensive side of the ball, we saw much of the same things that we've gotten accustomed to seeing. Ovi Ontiveros led the team in tackles once again. This has become something that we expect out of this young man. The 6'3 senior has a nose for the football and for the quarterback as he had his best outing of the season and racked up double-digit tackles. Anytime you can hold teams score or to 1 score or less, you know your entire defense has done a good job. This defensive side of the football has had some stars such as Jonathan Caballero, Marcus Tercero, Sean Stinson, George Ortega, Brandon Trevino, Jorge Ontiveros, Antonio Granados, Leo Balteres, and I'm certainly missing some others, but I definitely want to, give those guys a shout out because they've done a great job so far. So the Cardinals improved to 2-1 on the season and seem to be turning things around after that week 1 stumble. At this point, we're going to take a break. We're going to send it back to the station for 30 seconds and a word from our sponsors, and we'll be back to talk about our opponent, the Dexter Demons, in 30 seconds.
You're clear.
All right.
We forgot the anchor on defense. Marcus. What did you say, Marcus Tercero?
Yes,
Okay.
I did. I did.
How much time were you needing?
30 seconds will be fine.
Okay, just making sure.
Okay.
10. 5. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to Eunice Cardinal Football on the Knollmark Broadcast Network through KPZA 103.7 and through HobbsAmerica.com. Click on the Cardinal. You can also listen at the Eunice Sports YouTube page. wanted to go ahead and talk a little bit about tonight's matchup. Once again, we've got the Eunice Cardinals hosting the Dexter Demons, and the Cardinals are hosting the number 6 ranked 3A Dexter Demons tonight. Make no mistake about it, this Demons team is for real. They come into this game with a record of only 1-1 with a win over Santa Rosa and a very competitive loss to Texaco. That Texaco game was basically even through 3 quarters. Think about midway through the second quarter, Texaco scored, and then they scored a couple more times in the fourth quarter to end up winning by 20. But I can tell you 3/4 of the game was neck and neck, and we all know that Texaco team is for real. The Demons are led by senior quarterback Juan Fuentes. He's averaging nearly 150 yards per game so far this season on the ground. He can fly. He's a sprinter in track, and I remember seeing him. I mean, he's just almost every race he runs, he's out front. Anyway, it's definitely impressive when he gets around the end, so we must contain him tonight. He also plays defense and has a 90-yard touchdown interception return this season. And so, like I said, he's got some wheels. He does a little bit of everything. The Demons' success tonight will live and die with Fuentes. Another notable player for the Demons includes number 21, Joel Venegas. The junior running back has a good mix of rushing and receiving yards this season. Josh Duran has also been a strong player for the Demons. The junior has shared some time at the QB position, and he's ran the ball numerous times and been a strong contributor on the defensive side. Speaking of defense, Edgar Lopez leads the Demon defense in most categories, including tackles and fumble recoveries. He's number 10, and he's definitely one to watch on the defensive side of the football. A few notables today that we mentioned earlier. All-State offensive and defensive lineman Jorge Ontiveros was diagnosed with a stress fracture. He'll be out, and my understanding is he got injured in practice. This will be a huge loss for us. The Cardinals are also still missing arguably their biggest offensive threat in number 10, Zeke Benton. Benton missed all of last year with a serious lower leg injury, and he aggravated that injury in the scrimmage this year at the very beginning of the season against New Mexico Military Institute. He had probably scored 6 times in that thing and then hurt himself, got injured on a touchdown reception. And so one other note here, well, a couple other notes. Marcus Tercero had missed some practice, I was told, the last week or so with some injuries and whatnot, and so we're hoping he's doing well. He's our middle linebacker and expected to play tonight. Ryan Teague was expected to be back this week, and then my understanding is he stepped on a bag of chips. Correct. And rolled his ankle in the parking lot coming to practice. And so I've never heard any stories like that, but definitely a strange one. And so lastly, Micah Tippett has had a few issues with his leg that he had a severe, nasty injury to last year, and we definitely need him healthy going into this last part of the season. So we are ready for what looks like one heck of a football game here in Eunice tonight. It should be interesting. That kind of goes over most of the things that I wanted to discuss coming into this game. Any thoughts on tonight, Rosendo?
My biggest thought is on our offensive side, losing George is going to be a big responsibility whoever fills at his spot. He has big shoes to fill in right there.
I was told, Ovi told me today that he's been practicing the last couple of days on the offensive line, and they're going to start him on the offensive line. So he's never played offensive line in his life, but
he's
he will
a smart
be.
Man. He can pick it up real quick.
He will be today.
Yes.
So,
but then who's going to pick up the slack on the defensive side?
Yeah, well, he's going to play that too. He said he's going to start on both sides of the ball and play both those positions. So it should be interesting. Looks like we're about to have the national anthem and a prayer. We will send it back to the station for 1 minute and a word from our sponsors.
Here, Claire.
Fun, fun, fun.
5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to beautiful Eunice Cardinal Stadium, nationally recognized as one of the top 50 small school football stadiums in the country and the #1 small school football stadium in New Mexico. You're listening to Noel Mark Broadcasting on KPZA 103.7. You can also listen and live stream this through HobbsAmerica.com. Click on the Cardinal or the Eunice Sports YouTube page. I'm Jimmy Jones alongside two partners in crime tonight. Ricindo Caballero is handling the announcing duties, as well as Charlie Fairbrush over controlling our camera. And we're going to try to make it look a little better tonight and make sure that we keep improving the broadcast.
Yes, sir. That's our goal. Our ultimate goal.
You know, we've got the Cardinals are out on the field. Dexter's out there. Looks like the Cardinals are going to receive. They'll be going from the north end of the field toward the south, running toward Jal. And so they'll be going from our left to right. Once again, Dexter comes into this game as the, I believe the number, what did I say earlier? They're the number 6 ranked 3A. And then the Eunice Cardinals are number 3 in max preps and number 1 in the coaches poll. So it's kind of hard to juggle that stuff when you're only 3 games into a season as to who's where, but that's kind of where we're at. And we are ready for the kickoff, and there is a high, deep kickoff just about the 20-yard line taken. The Cardinals are running right up the middle. He's got some running room. He breaks it around the right side. That is number 14. Sean Stinson with one heck of a return here to start this ball game. He sure did.
That's a good way to start the game. We got to the 50-yard line?
Yeah, I mean, Stinson with a heck of a return there. There's no laundry on the field, so it looks like a great return there of about, we'll say 30 yards. So Eunice is going to take over, apparently stepped out about the 49-yard line inside Dexter territory, so they will start here on offense in Dexter territory. Ball's placed at the 49-yard line. We're going to have 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. You're going to have Conager Pierce in the backfield. Beside him to his right is Tippett. He's in the shotgun. So Cardinals are ready. Once again, got a new line, so we'll see how this goes up front. Here goes the first pass of the game.
Oh, Pat, there should have been a flag on that. He's holding his hands the whole way.
Yeah, it looked like number 7 for Dexter. That's Josh Duran. Looked like he was all over the receiver before the ball got there.
He was all over Ashton.
Yeah, that's Ashton Hayes.
Yes, sir.
So Ashton Hayes had a
Ashton
step
Thompson,
on him.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, yes, that's Ashton.
I've been corrected all week over that.
That's all right. He had a step on him. The throw was not bad, but just a little short. So Cardinals line up 2nd and 10, still at the 49-yard line. 3 receivers to the left, 2 over to the right. Looked like we got a false start there, and I'm going to blame that one on Ovi. Looked like he jumped a little early in his first.
He looks way nervous out there.
Yeah, it looked like we had multiple people moving. That is going to be a false start. So that's going to move us back 5. It'll make it 2nd and 15. They're going to move the ball back to about we'll call it the 46-yard line. 3 receivers out left, 2 to the right.
On Obi's defense, he's used to attacking. Here he has to stay back and push, so it's.
Yeah, this is new to him. We'll see how he does today. So trips left, 2 to the right. Here comes the snap. They throw it out here to Stinson. Stinson's got a little bit of room. He's going to pick up about, we'll call it 3, maybe 4 yards. We'll call it 4.
Yes, sir, I'll take that.
Looks like they're going to spot him right at the 50-yard line, so right at midfield. I don't know, they moved him back another yard. So now he's back at the 49. I'm not sure how you do that, but they scooted him back a yard after they got the ball to center, to the center of the field. So
that's 3 receivers. Advantage, huh?
Yeah, 3 receivers left, 1 out here to the right this time. Tippett and Pierce in the backfield. He's looking down the field this time. He steps up in traffic, fires it down the field, and it's intended for Stinson, but it skips off the turf for an incomplete pass. So that's going to make it 4th down, and we'll call it 12. And it looks like the punt team is coming on for the Cardinals.
I don't know, was that a little bit of nervousness playing at home again?
Maybe.
Because last time they were here, they got beat pretty bad. So let's hope they can get those jitters out playing on home field.
Yeah, definitely didn't look real smooth those first couple of plays
there.
Did not. But, that's kind of been our MO for the last couple of years.
Yes,
that first drive or so, we just haven't looked as smooth. So here comes the punt team. Is that Pierce back to punt?
Yes, sir.
It is. So Conager Pierce back deep in the punt formation. Dexter's got 1 man back deep down the field. That's a beautiful punt. He angles it over toward that left side of the field and Dexter's going to pick it up in traffic, and there's
that gang tackle out there. Everybody's on him.
Man, the whole Eunice team was
Except number
involved
6
in
didn't
that.
make it on time to help, but the whole team got us up there.
Yeah, it looked like about the whole team there. The Dexter deep man decided he was going to pick that ball up in traffic after it was
bigger
almost
guy
dead.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like maybe the defensive end run back and picked it up. So Dexter's going to take over 1st and 10. We'll call it the 29-yard line. So the Eunice defense will get their first showing here. And Dexter's going to go back into the traditional style huddle, and they're going to break that huddle and come to the line. 1st and 10, we'll call it the 29-yard line, 11-10 remaining in the first quarter. We've got 2 receivers to the left, and we have got a full backfield behind Dexter's line. It looks something like a inverted wishbone with a quarterback in the shotgun. So a lot of people back there. Here comes the option out here to the left. There's a gang of Cardinals over there. They were in this right spot, and it looks like he gets back. Luckily, he gets back to the original line of scrimmage. They probably had him 5 or 6 yards deep.
You notice how the defense closed in on him so fast?
Yes.
You know they watch film on it, huh?
That's right. That's right. So the Cardinals did a great job there of pursuing that, stayed with it, and drove them back. Now they're just going to flip this same formation over to the right side. They've now got 2 receivers out to the right, and then that backfield, kind of an inverted style wishbone. Now the quarterback's under center. Here goes motion over toward the right side, and they're going to run just a sweep out that way. Got some speed around the end, breaks into open space. He's still going. Number 11 still on his feet. He's going to pick up about 16, maybe 18 yards. He's all the way down to the 47-yard line on a first down.
Yeah, and Brandon made that tackle. All that spin and got him all the way out there. Everybody couldn't wrap him up.
Yeah, he looked like a little tornado going through there. Every time somebody grabbed him, he'd spin and keep going.
But old Brandon wrapped him up, finally got him down. But after he got them yardage.
Yeah, so that's going to be 1st and 10. They're at the 47-yard line. Here, this time we've got a little bit different formation from Dexter. They've got 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Got a quarterback in the shotgun position. That quarterback is going to be Josh Duran. Behind him in that pistol set is going to be the running back. He's moving some folks around and switching them. Here goes the snap. They're going to throw it out to the right side, and the receiver, hit him in the wrong place. It hit him right in the hands, and so he dropped it. That's going to make it 2nd and 10.
That's a blessing in disguise, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he was wide open and probably was going to pick up at least 4 or 5 right there, and he just flat out dropped it. So it'll be 2nd and 10 now for Dexter, still at about the 47-yard line. Now we're back to that original set. We've got 2 receivers to the left. You've got that kind of inverted wishbone look in the backfield. And they're going to hand it off right up the middle and pick up about maybe 2.5. We'll call it 3.
Yes.
So that's going to make it 3rd down and about, we'll call it 7.
Leo made that tackle with number 74, was the first one to get there. So
yeah, good tackle there by Leo right in the middle. You know, that is one area of our team that has kind of scared me a little bit, and we really hadn't been tested too much except for with Raton, is that just power football up the middle. So Dexter walks back up to the line. The ball's spotted right at the 50-yard line. We'll call it 3rd and 7. They've got 1 receiver out wide left, and now they're in an old traditional set here. Quarterback under center. They're stacking it in here. I'd look for the option here. Here comes the motion man. They're going to hand it off right up the middle, and we had him 5 yards deep, and he breaks it around the right side, and we're going to contain out there pretty good. He's going to pick up about 2, maybe 3. It's going to make it 3rd, and we'll call it 3.5, 4.
Yeah, I think Sticks was the first one to wrap him up, and Obi finally took him down.
Yeah, good
They're
pursuit.
fast.
Yes.
Their offense is fast.
Yes, and that was one of the things that Ovi said in watching film is he said, man, they're very fast.
Yeah, our defense is fast, man, but their offense is looking very, very fast right now.
It looks like they're going to go for it here. They're in a what I would say looks like a go-for-it formation. Some people punt out of this, but it's 4th and about 4. And an offensive player moved, so that ought to scoot it back 5 yards for Dexter. And if there was any question as to whether they were going to go for it or punt it, I would say now, because here comes a bunch of people off the side. I would say the punt team's coming in now. So they were going to go for it right there, and their own lineman moved, and so that gave Eunice 5 free yards, and now they've thought about it. They're going to punt it at this point, or at least
they have a very good punter.
Yeah.
So why didn't they not just punt a minute ago? But I guess they were trying to challenge us for a second.
Yeah, I think it was 4th and 4, and so now it's 4th, and we'll call it 9.
It's offsides.
Yeah, by 1.5 yards. So here comes the punt. It's a low-line drive. Looks like Ortega's going to have an opportunity if he decides he wants to pick it up. He picks it up at the 1 yard line. Didn't have a whole lot of space. He was all the way over in the corner. He does get it out to, we'll call it the 13-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 Cardinals here as we have a switch after the punt. Eunice will take over on offense, 1st and 10. We'll call it the 13-yard line.
We can't hesitate on those, Mr. Jones. We got to get him and run and go.
Yeah, he ran over there and watched it skip at least 6 or 7 hops before he finally decided, I think I'll pick it up.
And at the time, he had like 4 or 5 Demon players already over there.
Yes, right in his face. But if he hadn't picked it up, it'd probably be dead at the 1 yard line. So, at least he got us out of the end zone. It's a scary one. But so Eunice takes over 1st and 10. They've got 3 receivers to the right, 1 out to the, or 3 to the left, 1 to the right. They're going to run Tippett straight up the middle. Tippett plows ahead. Looks like he's going to pick up, we'll call it 4. So it looks like he's about the the 16-yard line.
Those were 4 hard-earned yards right there.
Yeah, that was some old-school refrigerator Perry in the form of Micah Tippett, who only weighs probably 165 pounds. So Eunice has got 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Tippett and Pierce in the backfield, the shotgun. Here goes the snap. He's looking deep down the left side. The quarterback gets shook up and pushed out. He's still heading down the field. Pierce is a big, strong player.
Horse collar on the Demons, I bet you.
Yeah, a flag came in right at the end. Pierce had his arm back and was going to let it go, and they hit him in the backfield. He pulled away from them, got all the way around the right side, and then there was a host of Demons there on the tackle, and a flag come in late. So I'm expecting a face mask or a horse collar. It's going to be a face mask.
Yes, but when he scrambles like that, he needs to tuck that ball. He has that ball swinging everywhere. And if he loses the ball, that's going to change the whole momentum of the game so early. That will hurt us drastically. Yeah,
Pierce definitely, when he runs like that and gets into space, a lot of time he's still holding that ball in the passing position. And, he's big, strong, tough guy. Needs to tuck it and just run over people like he did in that long touchdown at Hot Springs. But that's going to be a 1st down for these Cardinals after that 15 yards. So it's now 1st and 10. We'll call it the 38-yard line. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, nobody in the backfield with Pierce. He's going to just do a design quarterback keeper. He's running straight up the middle.
Down.
He's going to pick up about 10. That's what we talked about last week. They hit him right at about the 1st down marker. They're going to give him 10, so he's going to get a 1st down. But about 3 of him had him wrapped up, and he's standing there fighting and hopping, and I respect that. At the same time, it's like, man, I don't want to get you hurt.
Yes, it's the difference between playing tough and smart. Yeah. And I'm not saying he's a smart guy.
So 3 receivers left, 2 to the right, Pierce in the backfield. Here comes the snap. He's looking right this time. He fires it over the middle behind Stinson, almost knocks the referee out. That's going to make it 2nd and 10 from, we'll call it the 49.
Yes, he looks a little hyped up, amped up, I mean.
Yeah.
Just needs to calm down a little bit, take a deep breather, and focus.
Yeah, last week I was really impressed with his touch on the ball. And so far this week, like that pass right there was a straight bullet. And so looks like we have the Jow Panthers that have decided to join us tonight. I see a bunch of them walking into the bleachers.
Is that large crowd?
I believe that's what that large crowd is that just come in. So, the Panthers have had a pretty good season, and I'm guessing they're coming to check us out. So we got 3 receivers right, 1 to the left, and we're going to run it straight up the middle. Looks like he picked up, we'll call it 3.
He slipped on that one. He cut back across.
He did, and that was Tippett. He grabbed the ball, went straight up the middle. He tried to cut back and bounce it out to the right, and his feet slipped on the turf. So that's going to make it 3rd down. We'll call it 7. Looks like the ball spotted about the 48-yard line in Demon territory.
This is the most we ran down the center, our line, this whole year.
Yep, so 3 receivers to the left, 2 out to the right. Tippett and Pierce in the backfield. 3rd down and 7. Here comes the snap. This time he's looking deep again down the field. He's going to throw it long. He's got Stinson, but the ball was about 2 yards too long, or we would have had a Stinson touchdown. Just a little overthrown.
I think he just didn't quite run the route like he was supposed to on that one. Right. I think the defensive player pushed him off a little bit and threw him off his route, and that's what happened there.
Yeah, just kind of messed up that timing.
That timing.
So that's 4th down, and we're going to call it 7. Looks like Cardinals have that punt team on the field.
Not good, Coach.
Yeah, highly likely that we're going to punt it at this point. So the punt formation here, the looks like back deep for Dexter is the speedster, Juan Fuentes. That ball
snap.
skips off the turf, but they're not coming after it. So here goes the punt. It's high and down the middle. It takes a bad bounce backwards. We need to go ahead and stop that thing. Go ahead and
Somebody touch it.
Yeah. So we're going to call it right at the 20-yard line. The ball originally hit about the 15 and then just kind of skipped back, and we stood there and watched it. So we give them about we'll call it 4 free yards that we gave them right there, and then we wanted to have a game of who's going to blink, don't blink.
Yes.
Some chicken there, and so anyway, it's going to be 1st and 10 for Dexter. They're going to have the ball at the 20-yard line, 6:32 remaining in the first quarter.
I mean, on that offensive side, we look a little, I don't know if nervous or just anxious to score.
Yeah, just don't quite have a rhythm.
Yes.
While we're waiting on them to get set, Devon Energy, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic. We want to thank you guys for your sponsorship. Eunice Public Schools, Cardinal Hardware and Lumber, City of Eunice, Zia Auto Shop, Redbird Gas. Thank you guys for all you do. 1st and 10, Dexter. They've got the ball right at the 20-yard line. They've got an old traditional formation set up here. One wide receiver out to the right, and there's a whole bunch of people moving, and it's got to be Dexter.
Yes, 51.
So that's going to be a false start on Dexter. That'll scoot them back 5 yards. They'll spot it about the 15.
That's a good sign because they know we're fast as well. That's why they're trying to move faster, get ahead of it.
Yeah, and coming into this game, that was the one thing that Obi said as they watched this team play is that the speed. They said, man, they've got a lot of speed everywhere. And so,
we
like
got
I said,
speed too, but not
yes,
everywhere. We got speed.
Yes, absolutely. So here they come. They're going to be in that same formation. They've got one receiver out to the right, and then they've got a kind of an inverted wishbone in the backfield with the quarterback under center. They've got motion going right with the speedster Fuentes. They're going to hand it off straight up the middle. Looks like they're going to pick up maybe one at the most.
Yes.
And so they're going to just barely get across the 15. We'll call it the 15 and a half, maybe the 16 if you want to be friendly.
They're challenging our centers, aren't they? Our 74, our big guys in the middle.
They're trying to run it right up the middle for sure. You know, and Julius was out hurt too, so that's another one that's been a little banged up. Our line on both sides of the ball has been banged up. So here they come in that same formation, split out to the right, and then kind of an inverted wishbone look with the quarterback under center. Here comes the motion man over this other side now. They fake the handoff, and there goes a speedster around the end. He faked out everybody. He's to the 40, the 35, 30, the 20, 10, touchdown Dexter. I do not see any laundry on the field. Dexter is going to score with 5:43 remaining in the first quarter. Dexter gets on the board first.
That was beautiful. He hit that ball. Hate to say that against our opposing team, but they did their job. Their offense, our defense needs to be more disciplined.
Yep. I thought on the handoff up the middle, I thought that man had the ball, and the whole defense did too. And so I was like, well, they wrapped him up right at the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden I see this guy going around the end, and I'm like, well.
It's kind of premeditated because the play before that, what they do, running up the middle.
Exact same play.
Yes.
Yeah. So kind of a little lead option. They faked that, or in that case, they faked the handoff right up the center, and then the quarterback just took it around the end and was gone. So once again, 5:43 remaining here in the quarter. It's 6-0 in favor of Dexter. They're back to try this extra point, and the kick is up. And it looks from here like it's good. It is good. So that's going to make it 7-0 with 5:43 remaining in the first. Dexter leads 7-0. We'll send it back to the station for 30 seconds from our sponsors.
Here. $15. 5, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Eunice, New Mexico, where Eunice Cardinals are hosting the Dexter Demons. Dexter gets out here on the board first after Eunice has had the ball twice and hadn't been able to get anything going on offense. Dexter, Eunice had them pretty much stacked up every play, been able to pretty much keep them contained, and a option to the quarterback around the end, and off he goes for 6.
And like you said at pregame, that kid can run. Once he got in the opening, nobody caught him. He just kept running, and he scored, unfortunately.
Yeah, definitely some speed there. So, Eunice is going to have to make some adjustments on that option when they come out. The interesting thing is that has been Jowl's bread and butter this year is that option.
Oh,
That's what they run. They run it fairly well, and so we're going to have to work on that as the game goes on. We've definitely got to get some sort of momentum and some chemistry going on the offensive side as well.
They seem nervous, tensed up, and we're so far away from them. I can feel that from them. But
here's the kickoff. It's back deep. Looks like Ortega going to take it about the 10-yard line. He's running it straight up the middle. He's got a little space there. Oh, and he gets hit hard at about the 40-yard line. They took him off his feet. So he's going to get all the way out to the 40, though. He probably caught that ball somewhere inside the 10-yard line.
it's a pretty run.
Yeah, good run. Good field position here again for the Cardinals. Every time we've got the ball, we've been at least the 40 or better, so we've been in good shape. We just haven't been able to capitalize.
We've got to at least put 4 plays together, keep them offense on the field.
So 5:35 remaining in the first. Eunice trails 7-0 to Dexter. We've got 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Got Pierce and Tippett in the backfield in the shotgun. Here goes the snap. They're going to run a little interior option play. Got Tippett running around the left side. He's going to be real close to a first down there.
That's a good run. And that's our first option play we ran this year.
Yeah, and that's that little play that, that we used to run a couple years ago. I haven't seen it much this year, but it's that shotgun formation with the running back setting over to our left. We roll to the right and then do that little
So
pitch.
you cut back around the other way.
Yeah. So they're going to say it's not good enough for a first down, so it's going to be 2nd and inches. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. I would look for Pierce to just tuck it and run it. Well, I would have been wrong.
Oh.
They throws a bullet out here to Stinson. What a play. Stinson headed down the sidelines, has the ball knocked out of his hands, but they knock it straight out of bounds. So Stinson with a big catch and run. He gets all the way down to, we'll call it the 24-yard line of Demon territory. That was a heck of a pass by Pierce there. Great pass.
You see that block, how the other guy peeled off and blocked for him?
Absolutely. Dexter had a defender standing right between Pierce and the wide receiver, and I thought, oh, man, this is going to be picked off, and it went right over his head. Perfect pass by Pierce. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Tippett and Pierce in the backfield. They're going to hand it to Tippett. He bounces out from the middle out to the right. He's going to run out of bounds after a gain of 3 or 4.
Yes, sir. There's some tough yardages right there right now. So early in the game, we're supposed to be dominating that defensive line, but we just ain't doing it tonight.
Tippett, as we mentioned earlier, he was kind of hobbling last game. He kind of looks like he's hobbling to me as he's running.
Yes.
It's not as smooth. It's not that normal gait that we see from him. So 2nd, we'll call it 8. Looks like the ball's spotted about the 22.
Steps back. Oh.
Nice pass out to Ortega. Ortega makes a great catch. The defender for Dexter was all over him, but he catches it. Looks like he's going to pick up about 7 yards. So that's going to make it third down and about 1.5 yards, maybe 2. Looks like the ball spotted about the just over the 15-yard line.
We need to take care of the ball. When he got hit, that ball was loose.
Loose again. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Tippett and Pierce in the backfield. They're going to – oh, no, the ball is on the ground. We just said we got to take care of the ball, and we fumbled. The handoff between Pierce and Tippett, there was some debate there over whether he was going to pull it or keep it. And anyway, the ball ended up on the ground. Dexter comes up with it. So Dexter will take over with 4:50 remaining. Great drive there from the Cardinals inside the red zone, and we lose it.
Yeah, and we were close to making first down. Keep the ball moving. We just need to relax a little bit. That's all it is. Take a step back, big breath, and keep playing football.
We talked about this in our pregame stuff. That has been the Achilles heel so far this year for the Cardinals. Even in the wins, we've had multiple turnovers. So Dexter takes over 1st and 10. We're going to say they're about the 17-yard line. They've got 3 receivers out here on the left side. They've got another one in motion this way, and they're going to run the option out this side. You got Ovi Ontiveros that gets in there, as well as, was that George?
Yes, sir, it was George.
So George Ortega dives at the pitch man, trips him up, and then Ovi comes in and covers him up like a polar bear for about a 3-yard loss. That's going to make it 2nd down, and we'll call it 13. Ball's now spotted right at about the 15-yard line.
We can sniff that out. We know what they're doing there, but when they do that whole turning around, going up the middle, it's going to hurt us.
Yeah, that little read option when they're all packed in. We just, when I was in school, everybody ran that.
Yes.
Now hardly anybody does. So second, and we'll call it 13. The ball's at the 15. Dexter steps to the line. 2 receivers to the right. They've got that kind of inverted wishbone thing going. They're going to pitch it out to the right side to the speedster, Fuentes. He has some space. Eunice is able to take him down, but he picks up big yardage.
He ran over number 20 of the Cardinals.
Yes, he did. His 20, I believe he's got some relationship to – oh, no, that's Gio Chacon.
That's Gio Chacon, yes, sir.
So Chacon gets run over, but he stops him, even though he got plowed over. So that's going to make it third. We'll call it 1. Ball spotted about the 26-yard line.
We must hold him here. We have to hold him here, Coach.
We need it. We need the stop here. They're back in that tight formation with that inverted wishbone look is what I'm going to call it. Wide receiver to the right. They're going to hand it.
No, good job.
They faked it. They faked it. Ovi stayed home that time and contained on this side, but his forward momentum put it real close. It looks like they're saying that he did not get it. They're marking 4th down, so you're talking 4th and 6 inches. And it looks like Dexter is strongly considering going for this. They are not making a major change here.
We need Obi and Brandon to stay home again and clog up that line.
So here it goes. This is a huge play deep in Dexter territory. I would say watch the football. They're probably going to try to draw us off sides. Yeah, that little offsides play that everybody tries to run.
Relax, guys. There they are.
Here comes the pitch out to the right side. We've got people there. We had him. The ball's on the ground. And the Cardinals, I think, have come up with it if he had it before it went out. No, they're going to say that the fumble and the spot, they're going to say he's going to have a first down, I think.
They're looking. They didn't measure that.
They hit him 2 yards deep in the backfield. The ball came loose, but the ball skipped down the field about 3 or 4 yards in first down territory. The Cardinals were going for it. A couple of Cardinals touched it, and then the ball went out of bounds.
But it was all right around it. Man, come on. Nope.
Man, they're going to say that that's a first down.
And the crowd's going crazy out here. There's quite a few people out here, too, so.
Yeah, the Cardinal faithful are not happy about that call, and I've never seen that before. We basically fumbled it for a first down. And anyway, so Dexter's going to keep the drive going. They've moved the chains and everything. Dexter now is going to call a timeout to talk about it. I don't know the rule in Texas football, or I'm sorry, in New Mexico football, so I can't say for sure, but he was at least 2-3 yards short of the first down when he fumbled.
Correct.
And then the ball started kicking over toward the sideline. Eunice's players were the ones diving and hitting at it, trying to get momentum or trying to get control of it. And it ended up going out of bounds about 3 yards up the field, which put them right at the first down marker. And so they've given the first down.
I wish it was like basketball. You grab a timeout before you get out of bounds, right?
Yeah, that's what we needed.
But the positive thing about this, the defense is hitting people out there now.
Yeah.
They're knowing that we're there now. We're going to stop you. We didn't appreciate them scoring on us.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, that's just an unlucky, unfortunate break there for the Cardinals. And
let's hope that's the only skip and hop that goes that way.
Yeah, so looks like they're getting it ready to get set here. The Dexter is up to the line. They've got 2 receivers out to the right, and then they're in the shotgun in the backfield. Still that kind of inverted look. Got a man in motion over to the right.
Ooh.
We've got
Leo.
Is that Leo,
yes,
number
sir,
72? He comes through. That's Antonio Granados.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
Yeah, that's all right. Antonio Granados came straight through the line and grabbed a quarterback around the shoulder pads and head area and just slung him down. So
that's the first time we've said his name the last 3 games.
Yeah. And he's a big, tough guy down in the middle, and so he did a really good job there. 2:04 and ticking here in the first quarter. Dexter up 7-0. They've got the ball second down, and we'll call it 16 from the ball spotted about the 20. We'll call it the 22. Dexter looking over toward their coach. They're in a little bit more of a spread formation this time. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Quarterback in the shotgun with that pistol back behind him with some bright shoes, and now he's going to jump over to the right. Here comes a man in motion, which is the speedster. They're going to hand it to him around the right side. A whole bunch of Cardinals there. They've got him. Ovi Hontiveros grabs him up and slams him to the ground with help from Trying to see who
It's
that
George.
other one was.
Okay,
George
okay.
Ortega.
Yes, sir.
So Ovi and George contained the speedster out there. He tried to cut field back, and
He
Ovi
couldn't.
chased him down as George took him out from the bottom side. And so that's going to make it third down, and we'll say 23, 24 yards. Ball is all the way back now to, we'll call it the 17. 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Quarterback and a running back in the shotgun formation. They're rolling to the left, looking deep down the field. Here comes the pass. They've got a man.
Open. Nope, but not a first down.
And he makes a catch. The linesman here and the Eunice coach are kind of debating it on the sideline, but they're spotting it. That was a big pickup for Dexter. Good catch there by number 88, the tight end for Dexter. That's Kevin Villalobos. He makes a good catch on the sidelines, gets 2 feet down, but that's still going to be fourth down, and we'll call it 6. Ball's all the way out now to about the 33-yard line. It looks to me
They are going to punt.
like the punt team is coming onto the field. Kind of looked like they were unsure whether they were going to punt or not, and now they've looks like they've got the punt team out there. So here goes the snap. Kicker's going to kick it deep. We've got George Ortega back here, and he's going to let it bounce and skip all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
Why? How come?
I think sometimes we're not sure on we're not confident in fielding those punts in the air sometimes. But so with 39 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, it's 7-0 in favor of Dexter. After a Dexter punt, Eunice is going to take over first and 10. We'll call it the 17-yard line.
Hopefully we get our offense out there this time and once again push that ball forward.
Yeah, Eunice doesn't waste any time getting set and going, and so that's why I didn't send it back for any breaks at this point. They've already got their offense set up. They're looking to the coach for the call, waiting on the ref to blow the whistle. Got 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 out here to the right. Quarterback Pierce and Tippett in the backfield. We've got everybody spread. They're still giving signals back and forth to the sideline. Here comes the snap. They're going to fake the handoff to Tippett and then throw it across the middle. George Ortega gets hit hard on the catch. He stays on his feet, grabs it, and continues down the field. And now he's grabbing his side like I'm sure that
his
hit
shoe
hurt.
fell off. He got hit so hard his shoe fell off, but he got back up and ran.
Yes, that was a great run after the catch, and a catch in traffic. That's a first down for the Cardinals. The ball's all the way out to the 32-yard line, first and 10. Trips left, 1 to the right. Pierce and Tippett in the backfield again. Here comes the motion man. That's Stinson. Oh, my goodness, and we're going to fumble again. The ball's still on the ground, and Pierce picks it up and just kind of falls ahead. We just do not take care of the football.
He played it like a touch pass. He kind of tried touch and pass it to him. Just grab it, run the offense like you're supposed to, young man.
And the clock is going to tick off here at it's going to tick off. That didn't sound very good. It's going to tick to 0 here at the end of the first quarter. So at the end of the first quarter, Eunice 0, Dexter 7. The Cardinals trail the number 6 ranked 3A Dexter Demons here. Eunice has got to get something going. We'll send it back to the station for 1 minute and a word from our sponsors.
You're clear.
Mm-hmm. Well, what do you do in that case? I mean, it's tough.
$30.
But he's in front. See that?
15. 10. 5. 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Eunice Cardinal Stadium, where Eunice trails Dexter 7-0. Eunice is already up on the ball. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, and it looks like Dexter's going to jump off sides here. So that'll give the Cardinals 5 free yards.
And we keep saying we got to take care of that ball, Coach. That's the most crucial, important thing we have to do.
Absolutely. So that's 5 free yards for the Cardinals. That's going to make it second, and we'll call it 5. The ball's placed about the 30, we'll call it the 38-yard line. 3 receivers to the left, 1 out wide to the right. Pierce and Tippett in the backfield. So kind of the set that we've become comfortable with. Ball snapped back to Pierce. He's looking down the field. He chunks it long. He's got a man over there, but the ball is out of bounds, so there was no chance to make a catch there. Threw it down that sideline, right down the edge, and it just floated a little bit out of bounds on him.
He had some pressure on himself, too, right there. The offensive line didn't block too well.
Yeah, he kind of was on his back foot when he let that one go, with
sir.
a man right in his chin as he let it go. So 11:53 remain here in the half. Eunice trails 7-0.
They don't look like if they're playing at home, does it?
It does not. We've got, is that 4 wide receivers to the left? I don't know that I've ever seen that. That's definitely a different look for me. Pierce is going to roll left. He's going to tuck it and run. He gets tripped up, but he falls ahead.
Come on, give us a better spot than that.
Man, that's a terrible spot. He falls ahead for what was definitely the first down, but
it could have been a first down and 5.
Yeah, the linesman comes running in and spots him right at the first down marker. I'm not sure what he saw. I didn't see it that way. But anyway, it's 1st and 10. Ball's at the 44-yard line. 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Pierce and Tippett in the backfield. They're going to hand it to Tippett straight up the middle. Man, I was like, he's about to put some moves on somebody. I didn't realize that they had blown the whistle.
False start, 58.
False start. Man. So that's O again. Jumping off sides there, that false start. So that's 2 false starts for the Oster in his first start as an offensive lineman. Once again, they told him just, I think, day before yesterday, hey, you're going to play offensive line today, so here you go. So, but anyway, he's
He's
given
up
a
for the
shot.
challenge. He's up for the challenge. He
He's
can do it.
had 2 false starts so far. So 11:33. So Eunice still has the ball first, and we'll call it 15. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. They're going to hand it to Tippett right up the middle. There is a gang of blue there. And anyway, a whole bunch of people all wrapped up on him.
They stood him up there and they threw him back, man. It's some tough yards he's earning tonight.
Yeah.
They gained, 2 yards there?
Yeah, we'll say it's 2. Coach Jackson calls a timeout,
And he
throws his hat off the field, and he's going out there to he's going out there to chew on an official. So he throws his hat across the field, and now he is out in the center of the field, and he is motioning and waving. There's definitely some frustration and some.
This is when we go to commercial, huh?
Yes, some anger in the face of Coach Jackson. I've covered Coach Jackson now for, I think this is the 3rd season, either sitting in the bleachers watching or up here doing this, and I don't know that I've ever seen him that frustrated. He is not happy.
He's usually cool, calm, and collected.
Yes.
And right now something's – you know, he might be doing that intentionally to get his team fired up to get out there going.
Yeah.
Because a lot of managers in baseball do that. So it might be, hey, guys, come on, let's get a fire going. Let's get this ball moving. We're better than this. I know we are.
Well, if he'd have just kicked some sand on the white hat, then I would have thought that was a baseball move. But the white hat went over and said something to somebody, one of the other officials, and now they're over there, and so we'll see. So Eunice is back on the ball, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Pierce and Tippett in the backfield. Here comes the snap. Pierce rolling left. He throws it out there. Rolling right. He throws it out there, and they wrapped up one of our legs on Stinson. Stinson kept pulling ahead, wasn't able to break his leg free, and so
stretched out for another 3 yards.
Yeah, so that's going to make it 3rd down, and we'll call it 8.5. The ball's setting at about the 49-yard line. So Eunice walks back up to the line, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Pierce and Tippett in the backfield. 3rd down. This is a big play for us. We're going to hand it up the middle to Tippett. Tippett breaks around the right side. He's going to be close to a 1st down, and that's another so good spot. I just don't know sometimes what. And then they take another yard from him on the throw back over to the middle of the field.
Is it because we have a better view up here at our home stadium, I guess?
Man, I guess. I have to scratch my head on some of these. So it's 4th, and we'll call it 1.5. Eunice is up under the line of scrimmage. They're going to tuck and push.
Oh, yeah.
And it looked to me like on a second effort, if this guy out here will keep his foot and not let the outside guy mark it, I think
hey, we might have got it. We should call a timeout and measure just to be safe, huh?
Yeah.
He said first down.
Yeah, for those of you listening on the live stream, just so that you understand, when we send it back to the station, those of you that are on the live stream, you're not on a station. So the radio station is playing a commercial, but we're still live on the broadcast. So if you're thinking you're not hearing a commercial, that's why. We basically just paused, and yes, you can still hear us talking. So on 1st and 10, Pierce throws it out to the right side. Who was that? Was that Ortega?
No,
that's Tippett. So they throw it out to Tippett. Tippett's going to pick up, we'll call it 4.5, maybe 5.
Yes.
They're going to spot it at about the 41-yard line. Oh, no.
What he needs to do is just let Conacher run it a couple of times up the center. I can't even speak tonight.
Yeah, so
good job.
Oh, we throw it out here to 5. That's Ashton Thompson. He breaks around the left side. He's got some space. The speedster comes up and puts a shoulder on him, knocks him out of bounds, but not before he gets down inside the 15-yard line.
That's a good positive yard. That's what we need, that momentum.
Absolutely. So 9:28 remaining here in the half. Thompson with a great catch and an even better run after the catch. Gets him all the way down just inside the 15-yard line. Three receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Pierce in the backfield. He's going to hand it to Tippett. Tippett's headed straight up the middle. He's got some space. That's going to be a touchdown, Eunice. Touchdown, Eunice.
No laundry.
I don't see any laundry on the field. 9:24 remain here in the first half, and Eunice has now got on the board. It is 6-7 in favor of Dexter. The extra point team or PAT team will head out to the field. This is a big one for us.
That's a beautiful run by Tippett, and the offensive line opened that big old gap for him to get through there.
Yeah, that was
good job,
a good job all the way around, and some great running by Tippett. So here goes Little Woods. He's in the backfield ready. Here goes the snap and the kick, and it is blocked at the line of scrimmage. So the extra point is no good. It's 6-7, 9:24 remaining in the half. Eunice trails by 1. We'll send it back to the station for 30 seconds.
You're clear.
And for those of you on the live stream, yes, we know you guys can hear us. If you're watching us on HobbsAmerica.com or on the Eunice Sports YouTube channel, you can hear us when we sit here during this time. There actually is a way for us to shut that off as well, but it's just as simple on this board to keep things open and running. And
but since you're listening, we appreciate y'all logging on and hearing our beautiful voices, and I'm glad y'all get to enjoy the game the same way we do.
Yeah, Devon Energy, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice.
3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to beautiful Eunice, New Mexico, where the Cardinals have now got on the board. They did miss the point after touchdown. They trail 6-7. We finally got some momentum going. While we've got a minute, want to thank those sponsors, Devon Energy, Steve Almaguer and crew. We appreciate what you do. Redbird Gas, Bart Parker. Thank you guys and all the folks down at Redbird. Zia Auto, the Whitmire family. Thank you guys. The City of Eunice, Cardinal Hardware and Lumber. Ashley Davis, the Myers family, everybody down there, thank you so much, Eunice Public Schools. Here goes the kickoff from the Cardinals. It's a high, deep one, pushes the recipient over to the left. They're going to run a reverse, and they've got it coming back this way. I don't know that the Cardinals were ready for it, but they did a good job of at least containing the speedster number 11. That is Fuentes. He's the guy that I've talked about coming in that has most of the yardage for this team. So they're going to get it all the way out to the 43-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Demons.
That's good on the kickoff, guys, because they stayed in their lane and filled the gaps up.
Yeah, when they first handed it off to that speedster there, I thought, uh-oh, we may be in trouble. And everybody stayed home and was able to contain him. I mean, he still picked up 20 yards, but we were there and were able to contain him and keep him from...
I'll take the 20 over 50.
Absolutely.
And I bet they'll do it again tonight.
Yes.
Kick it off to him.
So 9:11 remaining here in the half. Dexter steps to the line of scrimmage, 1st and 10. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. They're in that pistol formation in the backfield. We've got the shotgun with the back behind him. Now the quarterback's going to move him over to the right. Here comes a motion man headed to the left. So now we have 3 receivers over to the left. They're looking to pass here. There goes the ball out there. They run that little pick play. He doesn't catch it, but to me that could have been a real easy either a holding call.
88, yes.
Yeah. or a offensive pass interference
Yeah,
call.
because George was trying to jump the lane, and 88 grabbed him. Because that would have been a pick.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They ran that little pick play out there, and to me, the ball was in the air, and they're already blocking folks, which is offensive pass interference. But what do we know? 1st and 10.
I agree
the
with
ball's
that.
at the 43-yard line. Dexter, I'm sorry, it's 2nd and 10. 3 receivers, well, we'll call it 2 out to the left. They run this little slot back situation up on each side, and then they've got the pistol back in the backfield. Quarterback usually moves him. There he goes. He moves him over to his left. Here comes motion. That usually means the option. Here comes the option out to the left. They pitch it. There's a host of Cardinals there, and a great job there by number Ovion Taveros jumped on him, but 33 is Brandon Trevino. Yeah, so Brandon Trevino sweeps his legs, and Ovi jumps on his back and rides him to the dirt or to the turf. So that's going to make it 3rd down after a big loss. We'll call it 15. So 3rd and 15. Ball spotted about the 38-yard line.
They haven't got no yardage on that play yet.
Yeah, the coach over here is screaming, watch the pass. We've got 1 receiver out to the left, 1 to the right. They've got that double slot back situation going and the pistol back in the backfield. So what amounts to 2 receivers left, 2 right, I guess is what you could call it. There's 2 of those are way inside. The running back steps up to the left. Here comes motion to our right. I'm looking past this direction. They're rolling this way. They throw it back over the middle, and a great catch in the middle. Jonathan Caballero saves the touchdown. The speedster, that's Fuentes. He comes through the middle and catches a pass on an off-direction route.
Yes.
And
our safety came in too fast. And that guy just came behind me, and the linebacker had to come back from the opposite side, coming to get him. Thank God. I mean, good job, guys.
So that's 1st and 10, and the Demons still have the ball. They're now into Cardinal territory. The ball's setting at about, we'll call it the 45-yard line, 1st and 10. Now they're in a little bit more tight set, quarterback under center. I'm looking for that option that they ran the long touchdown on earlier. They fake they run the handoff up the middle this time, and they get about 9 yards.
Oh, 2-4 got him again.
Yep.
Dragged
24, Jonathan Caballero comes up and makes the stop, but not before they pick up, we'll call it 8. So that's going to make it 2nd down and 2. The ball spotted inside the 38-yard line, I believe. Dexter's sending some new folks onto the field, a few off. Looked like one was hanging on to something, maybe a slight injury. One to the left, 1 to the right for the receivers. They've got those double slot backs and the pistol back formation in the backfield. Quarterback's going to step up under center. This usually means the option is coming. They run that dive man straight up the middle and then go one way or the other. Here comes the dive man. He's going to go through. They fake it, and now they're coming on the option out wide, and there is a monster of a hit by number 72. That's Antonio Granados. Ovion Taveros wrapped him up from one side, and as he wrapped him, Granados come through and just smashed him. So great
hit. Make him think twice about running the ball.
Yeah, that's a loss of 1. So now it's 3rd, and we'll call it 3. Ball spotted about the 38. We'll call it the 38, maybe the 38.5-yard line. Dexter looks confused a little bit here. They're jumping back and running from one side to the other.
Is that hit he got a minute ago?
They've got 2 receivers to the left. They've got kind of a slot back look out here to the right, and they're going to send motion. That usually means they're going to roll that way, and here they go with the handoff to the speedster. He gets around the end, and he's going to get 1st down territory there.
Up to about 2-4 and 1. Kevin
and Jonathan.
Yes, Jonathan.
So Jonathan Caballero and Kevin Garcia make the stop, but right after he gets the 1st down. So Dexter's still driving. The clock is ticking, 6:10 and ticking. 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 34-yard line. Dexter content with letting the clock run. They're looking over toward their coach. They're already on the ball.
It's a long drive for them right now.
Absolutely. The clock is ticking. Eunice needs a big stop here. We need to shut them down before they get any closer. They're in that option formation again. Here they go. They fake the handoff up the middle, and then they throw a little pass over the middle. He has it. He catches it, and he's got some speed. He's headed down the side.
He stepped out of bounds out there.
Okay. He was running down that left side, and I couldn't tell what happened. It was like everybody stopped, and he was still going to the end zone. But he stepped out of bounds at, we'll call it inside the 10, just inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Demons after a huge pickup, after a short pass. They threw the ball right over the middle only for about 4 yards, but then he bobbed and weaved and popped his way out to the left side and got
Our
all the
offense
way.
seems to collapse when she starts moving around in the back.
Yeah, so 1st and goal inside the 10. Here comes that option play. This is that option set. They fake the option and try to run that little.
Good job.
Yeah, and they had that. That's number 11. I keep calling him the speedster. He's the kid that I've talked about.
And Antonio tackled him. Huh?
They were trying to run that little cutback trap or cutback reverse thing inside, and Antonio Granados gets there and shuts that down and actually knocks him down for about a loss of, we'll call it 1.5 yards, maybe 2. So now it's 2nd and goal from almost the 12-yard line. We'll call it the 11.5. Dexter has 2 receivers out to the right. They're really wide. And then they've got 2 to the left that are really tight. They have only the quarterback in the backfield. I'm sorry, they've got 3 out to the left. They're rolling left. They throw it that way. They've got a catch down inside the 5. They knock him out of bounds at what looks like about the 2. So
And
it's going to
Van
be
made that tackle.
3rd and goal. Van Brecken comes up, makes the stop. 3rd and goal from, looks like they're going to spot him about the 3.5, maybe the 4. So
Yes.
that looked like
That's
a heck of
good spot.
Yeah. So 4:47. The clock is stopped here. Eunice trails 6-7. Dexter threatening here. We need a stop. Here comes that option formation. I'm guessing we're going to see it. There goes the quarterback straight up the middle. We drive him back and smash him to the ground. He's going to lose 1 yard. So they're going to spot him all the way back, almost the 5. We're going to call it the 4.5.
Then Eunice calls a timeout real quick.
So that's going to make it 4th and almost 5 for the goal here. Eunice is going to take a timeout. We'll keep it here for this timeout. I'd like to thank some of our sponsors. I'm going to start in the middle. Eunice Public Schools. We had Dwayne Haynes let us into the box earlier. We appreciate them and all that they do. Folks like Mr. Caballero here that's on the school board, we appreciate you guys. I didn't get to talk about my coaches before the game, so I want to make sure I do that. I had spent some time trying to think of some nicknames for these coaches. I had Tyler Canelo Almaguer because he kind of has that look to him. I had Bobby I'm Not Kenny Reed, and I had Pat the Punisher Crowley. With Greg Jackson, I spent some time trying to come up with a good nickname for the radio for him. The only thing I could think of was in Albuquerque, you have the MMA school up there and the UFC stuff with Greg Jackson, and I thought, well, maybe it'd be Greg, I'm not from Albuquerque, Jackson. And then Kyle, Keep It Simple Kimple. And we are back. 4:37 remaining here in the half. Dexter threatening. They're knocking on the door. It's 4th, and we'll call it 4.5, 5. They've got 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Pistol back in the backfield. Here comes the snap. They're looking pass all the way. They've got a man out there. The ball is down on the turf. It is no good, and so Eunice stops them on 4th and goal. 4:32 remaining here in the half. Eunice has some time left and a chance to get on the board and get back ahead before we go into half.
That long battle, that means the defense just won that long drive.
That's a good job there by our defense.
Good job.
The only problem is now our entire offensive line jumps over to the other side of the ball, our defensive line, to now play offensive line. So here goes Eunice. They take over 1st and 10. This drive is brought to you by Eunice Pump and Supply, Becky Nogelmeyer, the Matthews family. Thank you, guys. Pierce back in the backfield. Here comes the snap. He's got trips to the right. Ortega makes the catch. He's got some space. We need to get this guy here to turn around and block somebody. He does. He picks him up. Ortega's still running. They are running him down. He runs all the way to the 20-yard line. Dexter's got some speed because he was 20 yards behind anybody, and they ran him down. And Ortega's not a slow man by any means.
But it was beautiful how his offensive guy just stopped and blocked somebody. That's beautiful.
I think that was Marcus Tercero in the open field that turned around and got a block and sprung him for another 20. So 4:28 remaining here in the half. Eunice trails 6-7. They've got the ball after a long pass and catch at the 20, 1st and 10. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They're going to hand it to Tippett up the middle. He tries to get around the right side after bouncing it out, and he goes nowhere. He gets back to close to the original line of scrimmage.
That was a good run. I'm still standing up about that. That's a good run.
Yeah, so
I thought we were going to score that. That'd be great momentum going into halftime.
So now 2nd and we'll call it 11. Ball spotted right at the 20, looks like about the 20, 21 yard line. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Pierce and Tippett in the backfield. Here comes the snap. Pierce rolls to his left. He's looking down the field. They had him in the backfield. They've still got him wrapped up. He's still rolling, though. Pierce is a tough rascal. He gets all the way down inside the 15. He's once
That's
again
good sportsmanship out there, picking him up.
Yeah.
After you knock him down, you picked him up, huh?
But once again, not a good spot. I thought he had another few yards, and they're going to make it almost a 5-yard, 6-yard pickup, and I thought he had more than that. So 3rd and 4, ball spotted about the 15, we'll say. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Here comes the handoff to Tippett up the middle. He's waiting. He's trying to find some space. He's still going. He's on his feet. He's going to get a first down inside the 10-yard line. They're moving the chains.
It appears to be your first down. Oh, did he call it a first down?
Yeah, he waved them. 3:02, and it's going to be ticking as soon as they spot the ball. Eunice 1st and goal inside the 10. We'll call it the 9.5. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Pierce the only person in the backfield. I wouldn't be surprised to see a called keeper here. He's looking to pass.
Tuck it run.
Got a lot of space over here. He throws it up high. Nice catch in
Micah.
the corner. Micah Tippett with a great catch in the back left corner of the end zone. Hauls it down.
Yes.
The ball was kind of high, but it worked out fantastic.
Being high, it was hard.
Yeah, he threw the fastball high heat. 2:45 remaining here in the half. Eunice now takes the lead 12-7 with a chance here for an extra point.
He threw that ball. He was throwing a fastball to the poor kid.
Absolutely.
He caught the ball. He came down with it. I'm glad. That's good. Good job, guys.
So they're moving the ball over to the left hash. Looks like Eunice is going to go for 2 here. They've got 3 receivers out to the right, 1 out to the left. Pierce and Tippett in the backfield. I wouldn't be surprised to see Pierce just grab it and tuck it up the middle. He's not going to. He's running. Duck it and go. Duck it and go.
We're in.
He gets in there. He's in there for 2. Pierce rolled around the right side for a couple of seconds, had a lot of pressure on him. Then he decided to go. He drug half the Dexter Demon team into the end zone. That makes it 14-7 in favor of the Cardinals. 2:45 remaining here in the first half. We're going to send it back to the station for 30 seconds and a word from our sponsors.
Disconnected from.
Oh, shoot. All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen, here at Eunice Cardinal Stadium, where the Cardinals have just taken the lead, 14-7, 2:43 remaining here in the half. Eunice just kicks it off, and they kind of bounce one down through there, kind of the old squib kick thought there, all the way down to the 33-yard line where Dexter will take over 1st and 10. We, for some reason, our tie line disconnected for just a minute. I think that we've got it back going, and we are definitely
That's a good job on that kick, because if they would have kicked it deep, those fast guys would have got it and would have probably got better yardage than we just gave them.
Yeah, I think that actually worked out
That's
good.
our best defense we can start off with.
Absolutely. So 14-7, Dexter takes over 1st and 10. We'll call it the 33-yard line. They've got 3 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Pistol back formation. They're going to snap it back. He's looking down the field. He's got some pressure. And he gets taken down by number 53. That's Julius Woods. I think we had half the defensive line in the backfield with him wrapped up, and Woods finishes him off, takes him down. So the sack for Woods.
That's his first sack of the year, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right. 2:20 and counting. 14-7, Eunice in the lead. Dexter with the ball, 2nd and 14 after the sack by Woods. They're in that tight formation that they run. This is usually where they like to either run the option or they run that little option fake and then pass over that. Earlier they ran that little offside thing. So here comes the pass. They're looking down the field. He's got some pressure. Got a bunch of people after him. He tries to get up and get some space, and somebody, that's Marcus Tercero, comes up and knocks him off his feet right near the starting line of scrimmage. So that's going to make it 3rd, and we'll call it 11. Ball spotted about the 32.5-yard line.
And you can tell the guys are playing with more intensity right now.
Yeah, definitely. We look better. We look like we're bouncing on our feet. Things definitely look better for us at this point. So 3rd, and we'll call it 11. Two receivers to the left, 3 to the right. They're in the spread. Look like they're running our offense at this point. Quarterback in the shotgun. Here comes a man in motion over to the right. So they've now got 4 receivers to the right. And they have jumped off sides.
I mean, that's good. The guys are doing that right now. As long as we can keep this into the next quarter, the 3rd quarter, we should be A-okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so 1:15 remaining here in the half. Dexter has jumped off sides. That's going to scoot them back 5 more. So we're going to call it now 3rd, and we'll call it 16. Ball looks like it's spotted about the 27, maybe the 27.5-yard line.
What's our safety doing out there running around?
2 receivers out to the right. Nobody out to the left. Here comes a man in motion over this way. They're going to try to throw that little hitch pass. We've got half the team back there, and they swarm him to the ground. That's going to make it 4th down, 53 seconds and ticking. I wouldn't be surprised to see a timeout, and we get it. I think Eunice was trying to get that timeout about 5 seconds earlier, and nobody was looking toward the sideline.
Of course.
So Eunice takes a timeout. It's 4th and all the way to Jowl, or at least down there to – what's that, Teague Switch or whatever, somewhere close to Jowl.
Yes,
it's a long ways.
Well, that was a beautiful tackling out there. Everybody came in. Everybody stayed home, read the play, and they came in and tackled.
Yeah, did a really good job there. So it's 4th, and I'm going to call it 20. And Eunice really needs I would guess that Dexter's going to punt it at this point, and so Eunice will get the ball back with one more chance to put some points on the board. While we've got them in it, Eunice Public Schools, Cardinal Hardware and Lumber, the City of Eunice, Zia Auto Shop, Redbird Gas, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Pump and Supply, Devon Energy. Those are the sponsors that I have listed for today's broadcast. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you. You know, some of you folks just don't realize we have a lot of parents in the oil industry, and a lot of them work strange hours, and they're able to listen to these broadcasts because of you, because you help bring this to the community. So thank you so much for all you do. Here we go. Dexter steps back out on the field. They've got their punt formation or punt team out there. We've got, who is that? Oh, that's we've got Josh Carlos, the speedster for Eunice back. He's in the back, or way back here to return. This young man just came back last week. Here's a low-line driver, so I think we might get to see him. He's just too deep. He's not going to get to it. So they're going to let the clock run as long as they'll let it run. The ref needs to blow it. The ball's not moving anymore, and the ref needs to blow his whistle. He lets about 8 seconds run off the clock before he does. So 38 seconds remain here in the half. It's 14-7 in favor of the Cardinals. Eunice is going to take over at the 39-yard line.
And they look exhausted. The offense side over there coming on and put on the defense, they look exhausted over there.
Yeah.
The Dexter side.
Yeah, so we need to get something going here. We've got the team in place to put some points.
Speed out there too.
Yes. Now, Dexter has some speed too, as we've seen when some of our speedsters are 20 yards behind them and they run us down.
I guess I'm going to say we have fresh legs out there because we have Kevin in running back right now.
Yeah. So here we go. 1st and 10, 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Here goes the snap. Pierce is looking deep. He throws it over the middle. And a huge hit on, is that number 1?
That's Kevin, yes, sir.
Kevin Garcia gets upended by a Dexter defender. That Dexter safety, that's one of them times where they threw it a little high. He went up to get it and got his whole lower half taken out. And so that's going to make it.
He's young. He's flexible.
2nd and 10. From, we'll call it the 39, 33 seconds remain here in the half.
There goes the crowd.
And, the Jowl football team looks like they're leaving now. They've been here watching this half, and they're going to get up a little early and take off.
They'll probably go on the concession stand. Oh, they called a.
They called a 15-yard penalty on Dexter. I'm assuming it's going to be like an unnecessary roughness personal foul on that play.
I wouldn't have called it.
When I played football, that was an amazing
yes.
hit. You got a sticker on your helmet for that. Nowadays, you get in trouble, and I get it. It keeps people, or tries to keep people safe. So the Dexter coach is livid. He's headed out into the field. He's going to call a timeout, and now he heads out to the center field to have a discussion with the White Hat. The White Hat's walking away from him, but he's headed out to see him.
He's a little too far on the field, isn't he?
I would guess he's all the way out in the red Cardinal. And so they're going to have a discussion out there at center field. While we've got a minute, once again, Devon Energy, Steve Almaguer and crew, Eunice Pump and Supply, Becky Nogelmeyer, the Matthews family, thank you guys. Eunice Health Clinic, Leanne Reeves, I know she's listening because she sent me a couple of messages here letting me know, and so we appreciate you guys. Absolutely. She does a good job of keeping me in line as well as keeping the clinic in line, so we appreciate her.
Thank you.
Elma Romero, Aaron, Pascal, Nikki and Brian. I know I always miss some folks down there, but we appreciate you. Eunice Public Schools, Cardinal Hardware and Lumber, the City of Eunice, Zia Auto Shop, the Whitmire family, Redbird Energy, Bart Parker and crew. Most of those folks are probably here. Looks like we've got a decent crowd here today. Now, this center area is kind of empty. They didn't sell reserve seat tickets for the year this year, and so I think a lot of people, when they come, they sit over here. Yeah,
they're free.
Yeah, I think it's kind of messed everybody up because they're like, well, I didn't buy tickets there, so I can't sit there. But 33 seconds remaining here in the half. It's 14-7. Eunice is after the 15-yarder. They're going to have the ball. I'm assuming it's going to be 1st and 10. Yeah, 1st and 10. They had the chains kind of crazy, but now it's at the 48-yard line. Eunice is ready. They've got 3 receivers to the left, 2 over to the right.
Conacher has a good arm. He can reach from here easily.
He can throw it, but they've got 2 speedsters lined back about 20 yards down the field.
And they're about 6 foot each, huh?
Yeah, those kids can run, and they're athletic kids, and they've got, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. One of them is over 20 yards deep, sitting back there playing center field, and the other one is about 15 yards deep. So they've got the 2 deep safeties. They've got their corners setting out near the sidelines.
Yeah, they're open back.
And they are going to let it go.
Ooh.
And they knocked that one down.
Number 7 came in and blocked it down, which is good.
Probably had a chance to pick it off, but he slapped it down. So that'll make it 2nd and 10.
Yes, sir.
26 seconds remain here. I'd like to see us at least once. I don't know what our timeout situation is, but I'd like to see us take advantage of the middle of the field, because the middle of the field, about 10 yards deep, is wide open. Once we snap the ball, those 2 in the back are backpedaling, which is what they're supposed to do, and these 2 corners are widening out, and so that center
I would
area
say run the ball
open.
another 10 yards and get this young Woods a chance to kick a field goal, which I think he has the ability.
I just don't know if we've got timeouts left. I'm not sure. I know we've called several this half. So here we go. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Here goes the snap. Pierce is in the backfield.
He's going to get hit.
Yeah, he's rumbling. He's stumbling. He's got some room here.
What's
He's running.
sideline?
He's still going. He fumbled the ball, picked it up, and then ran it out of bounds. And then they throw him over onto the track, and there's no flag. I'm not sure what was going on there. Dexter's got an injured person back in the middle of the field. He's limping for the sidelines. We get a huge run there by Conacher Pierce, who was dead to rights 5 yards deep in the backfield, and he ends up turning it into a 25-yard gain. So 15 seconds remain here in the half.
Did he mean to run this to the sideline? I was like, oh, better get out of here.
I think he fumbled it and then kicked it over to the sidelines. Dexter's now going to take a timeout. 15 seconds remaining in the half. And Eunice has the ball now all the way down to what looks like about the 21-yard line. It looks like that's where we're spotted.
Yes, sir.
So,
that fumble. Yeah. You got it out of the way. That's good.
While we've got a minute, I want to mention our volleyball team. Coach Robbie Robinson, Misty Heiner, and the Eunice girls volleyball team are up at the Mountaintop Tournament in Cloudcroft. They're playing in that tournament up there. We've got a great group of young ladies that's up there. They had a pretty good day, what I got to see. I missed the end because I was scrambling to get up here and whatnot, so I didn't get to see all the games. But it looked to me like they played okay in what I saw. and so they were doing well. The way that tournament works, it's a little different. They did all pool play games today, so none of them were full games.
Correct.
And then tomorrow they'll bracket everybody. It starts at like 10 o'clock. They actually have pool play games still for some other folks in the morning, and then they bracket at 10. So you can make your way down there. You can also watch the Eunice Cardinal JV right here tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. We're going to throw it over the middle. We've got some space there. I thought we might get to it, and it's an incomplete pass. So 11 seconds remain here in the half.
That was a good defense on the Demons, but it's a good touch too, and it was going to Ashton, which he has good hands.
Yeah,
He's
he was
proven
behind him.
Yes, he was a touchdown if he would have cleared the defensive guys.
Yeah, he was behind him. He was in good shape, but they got a hand on the ball and knocked it down. And so here we go again. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Pierce is the only person in the backfield. Here's the snap. Pierce has got some time. He's looking down the field. That ball's tipped.
It.
Yep. Tried to fire it in there. That ball was tipped free. So that's going to make it 3rd and 10.
The players are saying to kick the ball.
With 7 seconds remaining here in the game, it's 3rd and 10.
After his last kick, it was low. But their line came in on the offensive line on the last kick. So we'll see. They look tired out there. The defense does.
They're going to go for it here, another try. So 3rd down and 10, 3 receivers to the left, 1 out to the right. I hear some whistles.
Oh, they're going to move the ball back or forward.
So they're going to reset the ball at, we'll call it the 21. 3rd
21
down
and a quarter.
and 10. Yeah, they scooted it back all of about the width of a quarter. So here comes the pass. They've got a man down there. It looks like there's
flag,
a pass
yes.
interference. So that's going to be a pass interference on Dexter. The receiver tried to stop and come back. Is that 25?
20, yes, sir. That's Giovanni.
Okay, Giovanni Chacon. I'm looking through double glass down that way, but Chacon tried to stop and come back, and the Dexter Demon defender was running with him and just grabbed him up.
And threw him
So
down.
that should be a 1st and goal, I would think, inside the 5 down there. I thought they spotted it down there at the.
Don't give me the lie. I have no idea.
They may just mark off straight 15, which is not a positive thing for Eunice. I mean, it's a good thing, but not the best case scenario. I thought when it was down there, maybe that's NFL or college, where if you get a call down there inside the.
We got the expert over here.
Yeah, they do those spot things, but yeah, they're going to just mark off 15.
And our offense wants to score. They're anxious out there. They want to score before the half. So.
And that's not even a 15-yard mark off. I guess that's a 10-yard mark off. So it's 1st and 10 at the 11. I think we've got time for sure for one more play, depending on the speed of Billy Hobbs's finger over there in the booth. So we've got 2 receivers to the left, 3 to the right.
Run it.
Oh, and we overthrow, and that's going to be the end of the half. We had a man open in the end zone, threw a little high.
High and hard.
So the end of the first half, Eunice leads 14-7. You're listening to Eunice Cardinal football on the Knollmark Broadcast Network. We'll send it back to the stations for 2 minutes and a word from our sponsors.
You're clear.
All right.
Sorry about that. One of our other stations was having technical difficulties.
That's okay, no problem. We will, how many minutes did I ask for? I can't even remember. I was going to put it in my phone. 2?
I don't remember.
I think 2.
We can do 2.
Okay. So I'll put it for 2, and then I'll be back here shortly. Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be real good. For those of you listening on the stream through YouTube or through HobbsAmerica.com, once again, we appreciate you listening. You're able to listen and watch, and so we're doing our best to try to increase what we do up here and make things a little better. I know that the radio station has advised me that that was their goal, was to continue to improve what we do up here. So we're trying. I want to go through our roster while we're waiting to get back on the radio. Kevin Garcia is number 1. Number 2, Angel Gomez. Number 4, Brady Colburn. Number 5, Ashton Thompson. Number 6, Aiden Ornelas. Number 7, Van Brecken. Number 8, George Ortega. Number 9, Micah Tippett. Number 10, Zeke Benton, who's been out injured. Number 12, Brett Humphreys. Number 13, Conager Pierce. Number 14, Sean Stinson. Number 15, Maddox Mata. Number 20, Gio Chacon. Number 21, Josh Carlos. Number 22, Caleb Butler. Number 23, Davius Brecken. Number 24, Jonathan Caballero. Number 25, Jerry Hawkins. Number 27, Isaiah Hernandez. Number 30, Jose Gomez. Number 31, Luis Gomez. Number 32, Alex Yanez. Number 33, Brandon Trevino. Number 34, Danny Garrett. Number 35, Elgin Woods. And number 38, Hyan Castro. Number 40, Caden Jacobson. Number 42, Brian James. Number 50, Marcus Tercero. Number 52, Jorge Ontiveros. 53, Julius Woods. 54, Ryan Teague. 58, Ovi Ontiveros. Number 60, Kyle Teague. 61, Manuel Goita. Number 63, Martin Reese. 64, Jose Calvillo. 66, Caden Boyd. 67, Cooper Pearson. 68, Xander Garrett. 72, Antonio Granados. 74, Leo Balteras. 77, Jaden Sims. 79, Anthony Rivera. 80, Bryce Dudley. 81, Jacob Ortega. 83, Hector Sosa. And 85, Tyson Acosta. That's the list of our Eunice Cardinals. Just at this point, we're still on the line. We are on a commercial break from the radio.
5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to beautiful Eunice Cardinal Stadium, nationally recognized as one of the top 50 small school football stadiums in the country, number 1 in New Mexico. You're listening to Noel Mark Broadcasting on KPZA 103.7. You can also watch and listen at HobbsAmerica.com. Click on the Cardinal or the Eunice Sports YouTube page. I'm Jimmy Jones alongside my double partners tonight, Rosendo Caballero and Charlie Fairbrush. We're here at this Eunice Cardinal football game today. Eunice is hosting Dexter. The Cardinals come into this game number 1 ranked in the coaches poll, number 3 ranked, I believe, in Max Preps. Dexter comes into this game ranked number 6, I believe, in both polls, the coaches poll and Max Preps, in the 3A division. Dexter, of course, was a longtime rival of Eunice. They've shared a lot of time in the same district, but now due to school size and whatnot, they're in the 3A division. Eunice currently in the 2A division. Eunice trailed early in this game. Dexter got on the board first, kicked the extra point, and since then Eunice has been able to really control the Dexter Demon offense. It's now 14-7 after Eunice jumped on the board and was able to kind of get some things going. In fact, they had the ball inside right about the 10-yard line as time expired, trying to score again, which would have been big for the Cardinals. As far as the way this game is playing out, Dexter played Texaco early in the season. The Dexter-Texaco game really shaped up a lot like this one has. It was a very close game through right about the end of the third quarter. Texaco scored, got a little room, and then in the fourth quarter scored a couple more times and got even more room. They ended up winning by 20, but through the first, for sure, 3 quarters, it was a very close, very competitive game, much like what we're seeing here right now. So it kind of gives you a little bit of a measuring stick. You know, Texaco and Jal played each other to a back-and-forth, neck-and-neck game that Jal was able to win down in Jal. And then, so if you kind of start to feel all those things around and compare folks, it has the makes of an interesting close to the season. I mean, there's definitely some interesting things coming up here toward the end of the season.
For the Eunice Cardinals, huh?
Yeah, they definitely got some things done there that last little bit of time. While we've got a minute, the JV Cardinals have done an amazing job. A lot of these young men have got some big minutes here in the varsity games because we've needed them due to injuries, or we've been ahead or whatnot. And so some of these youngsters have done a really good job here in the varsity games, but then they get to play in that JV games as well. And so they've got a JV game here at Eunice Cardinal Stadium tomorrow. I believe it's Portales JV that they play tomorrow morning. Should be a great
good
game.
challenge for them.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got some youngsters out there that I really think a lot of. I can't even remotely name them all. However, I've got to give a shout out to my man Cooper Pearson, the Coop Dog. We expect big things from him in the future. He's got them Cardinal bloodlines, and so like to see him do well. He's a pretty neat little character, and so, like I said, numerous others on that group that I think the world of, and like to see them do well. The future looks good for this Cardinal group.
Yes, they do. When they get to come in these games and have blowouts, they do good after they know what they're doing. They play their spots. The future does look bright, like you said.
When you jump over to the junior high, our junior high Cardinal team lost the very first game of the season over in Loving, which was extremely unusual. It was a close game, but anyway, we got beat over there. Ever since then, every game we've played has been a blowout. Now, understand, in that first game, we were missing multiple young men. Our junior high here has very strict rules about grades. And so they don't follow the NMAA rules that most people follow, where if you're eligible at the season, you're eligible all year. Our junior high, Miss Boyd, has implemented a very strict, structured deal over there. If you have an F any week, you're out for a week. And so
that's good because it has high standards for high expectations for
absolutely. Our kids. You can have straight A's. I remember going in there upset when I think it was Jada was in junior high. She made an F on a paper or something, and it brought her grade that week to an F. And they said, she can't play. And I was like scratching my head going, what? She's got a freaking A or B average for the year, and she can't play? But that's what they do, and I'm not knocking it. I mean, it's not something that's normal, but at the same time, it holds those youngsters at that level to a responsible threshold, and if they don't meet it, they don't get to play. And so those junior high Cardinals have went on quite the run. A couple of young men that I think of, the Melanson kid that's playing quarterback, I believe his name is Elijah.
Yes.
Man, the kid can go. He's got some wheels. I can definitely see, glimpses of him and what he could be up here for these varsity Cardinals.
He has a good arm, and he's smart out there on the field. Absolutely.
He's been involved in this stuff since he was, big enough to crawl.
Yes.
So I think he crawled across the goal line with a football in his hand. So anyway, pretty neat deal there. You've also got the Lord kid, and I get
he's
the
a good receiver.
Man, does a good job.
Yes.
Does a lot of different things, but I watched those two guys. It was pretty interesting. We were doing the concession stand last week when they were playing, and I watched them run a couple of touchdowns, and it was like those two would be running side by side for each other, blocking off folks that would come as they were running 60, 80 yards for touchdowns, and so they just did a really good job.
And they also have some big kids on that line.
Man, Ovi has told me that a couple times in practice they have brought some of those eighth graders over because they're all practicing right here within 100 yards of each other. They've brought a couple of those eighth graders over and said, hey, jump down here on the line for a minute. We need a scout team. And some of those kids are significantly bigger than some of our high school linemen. So they've got some big kids on the line down there.
And that's good when Coach does that to those younger guys because it gives them positivity for them to keep playing, want to move up in high school.
Yeah, absolutely. Once again, the volleyball team is up in Cloudcroft playing in that mountaintop tournament. They've played multiple games today of pool play, but they don't count as games. They're those pool play games, so they play like 2 sets. And I don't even think it matters who wins the sets, but it's just for bracketing purposes. Correct. So they're like speed play games. They're real quick. You blink, you miss the game, it's over. But so they're up there playing. I missed it, but you said that Chloe got hit in the mouth in one of those games. The bad thing about that, I didn't see that, but she just got braces this week. And
that's the comment that was made when they were recording it, that she probably cut her lips. It's going to be harder for her to stop bleeding.
I told her, I said, you should get a mouthpiece. She just got that done like maybe Wednesday. They went over to Lubbock for an orthodontist appointment. And anyway, they called me and said, hey, they want to put braces in. They're talking about scheduling it at a later time, but the dates that they had available were on game days. do you want to go ahead and do it today? And I was like, well, whatever she wants to do. So went over there for an appointment, come back with braces. And,
Poor girl.
Yeah, and by the next day she couldn't hardly move her mouth or talk. So, and that was, like I said, 2 days ago. And then she hadn't ate much.
Yeah, 'cause
we've
she
been
can't-
giving her those Ensure drinks. Senior citizens like
taking your
myself
drinks?
drink those sometimes. So she took all of my nutrients that I was going to get for the next couple of days with her because she said, hey, we're going out to eat, and I don't know what I'm going to eat while I'm up here. So, one other note on that volleyball deal, and I'm always kind of a complainer about things, but we've got one young lady that's sitting out here in the audience that's one of the main players on that volleyball team, and she is here, and I kind of scratch my head. The reason she's here is because she's not vaccinated, and so there was some sort of discussion or disagreement as to whether she could go because her brother's here playing on the football team. Her parents weren't going to go up until tomorrow, so she stayed here. She's not getting to play. She'll get to go up and play tomorrow, and one of those things that I scratch my head on. I won't say too much about it, but I just kind of scratch my head. So with that, there's 3:30 remaining here in the halftime. I haven't seen either team come out of the field house at this point. What do you think about this first half so far?
A lot of defense on both sides, and some of the battles on the defensive side we won. For example, when we hold them down on the goal line, on the fourth down, they didn't convert, and right away we came back and scored on them. So it's a very good sign for our offense, getting the ball rolling, getting the ball moving. So.
Yeah, we'll have to see if we can kind of keep that offensive momentum that we had got going there in the second quarter. We'll have to see if we can keep that going. So,
Yes.
Eunice up 14-7. We mentioned Jowl here earlier. You had the Jowl team that was all sitting up here in the bleachers. I know that Jowl has been our rival for many years, and I know that that's going to continue to be that way. But I've developed a good friendship with some of those folks serving in the position as an elected official that I serve in. I represent that area down there, too, and they've got some great people, some great kids. I mean, Roger Carrion, he's already signed to D1 Boise State next year, and it's like I was telling Ovi the other day. I said, how many kids in Lee County, Hobbs, Lovington, even Brian Urlacher, who played against me when I was in school, how many kids have signed D1 scholarships in Lee County before their senior year even started?
I believe he's the only one that I know of.
I don't know of any. Now, if you go way back to folks like Timmy Smith and some of them, I mean, who knows?
Yes.
I wasn't around back then. I don't even know if they did that where they signed them,
That's
before
way
they were
before I
even.
was.
But to me, that's just impressive. I know there are rivals, and I can guarantee you there's nobody who wants to beat Jowl more than me, but I have some great friends down there. There's some great people. When I graduated high school, we hated Jowl. Absolutely. However, I will tell you this. When I went to like the North-South football game and whatnot, those guys became my best buddies. Those guys are who I rode back and forth to Las Cruces with or to Albuquerque for practices, things like that. Those were my buddies. That's who I hung out with.
And it's a good rival because the rival's going to bring the best out of both teams. And when the game's over, the game's over.
Yeah.
We can go out, hang out, and just do our thing with the people from Jowl.
Yeah, absolutely. So they've got they finally got the T-shirt gun going here. So the Booster Club is shooting the T-shirts into the crowd. I'm really excited about this, kind of like what you see at like the Texas Tech games and some of those, but pretty impressive. You're listening to Eunice Cardinal football here on the Nullmark Broadcast Network and 103.7 on the radio. We're going to send it back to the station for 1 minute for a word from our sponsors.
We're going to break the window.
Here, Clay.
Okay.
I need
How
to
long
wait.
did you need?
1 minute.
1 minute.
Okay, thank you so much.
Uh-huh.
And thank you so much for being patient.
Absolutely, no problem. I forget about waiting. They shot that one all the way into the pasture. For those of you that are on the tie line, it's pretty interesting. We've got Anthony Pender down here shooting T-shirts with the new gun that we have. It shoots T-shirts up into the crowd. He just shot one all the way over into the pasture back behind here.
As long as you don't hit nobody, we're okay, I guess, right?
So it's pretty entertaining to see
15. that. 5, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Eunice Cardinal Stadium, where your Cardinals and the Demons are both starting to come out of the field house and get ready to start the second half. Your Cardinals lead 14-7 in a very defensive minded battle here so far. Sir. And, with the exception of one big play from Dexter, for the most part, the Cardinals have controlled, their defensive side of the ball. And so, very impressed with what the Cardinals have been able to do. They've just got to hold on to the football because we've turned it over a couple of times, and once we turned it over down as we were getting ready to go into the end zone.
And we recovered one by ourselves, too, so that's a good thing.
Yes. So, 14-7 here in the first half. Cardinals, have looked really good in some spots. And then they've, the Achilles heel. They fumbled the ball and done some things that we shouldn't do a couple times.
I think what's going to help us this second half is we have more players, and that's going to help us to relieve on our defense because they don't have that many players on Dexter's side.
For the Cardinals, in that first half, they compiled 61 yards of rushing. They also got 165 yards through the air. I don't have an exact breakdown of who did what. I do know that Micah Tippett caught a touchdown pass over here in the corner.
Correct.
Who was our other one? I'm trying to think of who scored that other touchdown, and I don't have it.
I've slept since then, so I have no idea.
I don't have it jotted down, so I'm not real sure either. So,
It might have been Micah as well. Didn't he run it in?
He may have.
Because he went to Micah he's gone to Micah pretty much all night.
Yeah, so I'm not 100% certain. Looking down the list here, the Cardinals looks like after this game, we've got a road trip. Is that right? Or no, next week's Texaco, or is it the week after that?
Next week's Texaco for homecoming.
So next week will be homecoming. We'll face Texaco here at home. That's going to be a big matchup. I mean, in most of the polls between us and Texaco and JAL, those three teams, and Tularosa, they've all just kind of been leapfrogging each other in the different polls in the 1, 2, 3, 4 positions.
Yes.
So that's going to be a big, big game. And it's homecoming. And as I've mentioned before, I hate playing really tough opponents on homecoming. I don't know that was the best idea, but I also understand that, maybe there wasn't a whole lot of options.
Or coach did it on purpose.
Yeah, maybe they'll get them pumped
you know what, guys,
up.
this is what it is. Let's go out there and show them who we are.
The week after that, we'll travel to Lubbock, Texas, which should be very interesting. I'm not sure which field we'll play at. Lubbock has one of those fields kind of like Odessa has Ratliff.
Yes.
And anyway, they have those type fields over there in Lubbock where we might end up playing in some big, fancy, crazy stadium. But anyway, we're playing Lubbock Christian. And the last time I looked, Lubbock Christian was ranked in the top 5 in the private school division of Texas small school football. So could be interesting. And then the week after that, we come back home to face JAL.
Correct. And I'm looking forward to the Lubbock game.
Yeah, should be interesting. So the Cardinals are ready to kick off here. Here goes the kick. They pooch it up into the air.
Get the ball,
the lineman for Dexter went up for it. It hit the ground. He missed it. Had a host of Cardinals right there on him, but he was quick enough to get it covered back up. So
quick enough and big enough.
Yeah, so almost a turnover there to start the game for the for Dexter. So Dexter will take over. First and 10. Well, it looks like they're going to spot it right at the 45-yard line.
Okay.
So, yeah, one of those again.
Nothing changed in that aspect of it now.
Yeah, so first and 10, ball setting on the 45-yard line. Dexter's going to come to the line of scrimmage. They're in that tight formation that they ran the option out of in the first half. We'll see what they do out of it here. First and 10. Quarterback is under center. He's taking his time. Here goes the snap. Here goes the option. They hand it straight up the middle, and they're going to pick up about, we'll call it 2. Looks like they're going to spot it now at the 47. They plowed it straight ahead. They had it set up. If he would have pulled it, they had everybody going right for that pull option or lead option.
They take care of the ball when they do all those plays there. That quarterback's pretty good on taking care of their ball.
Yeah, and this quarterback is not the one that is completely played the quarterback the most for them. So it's kind of an interesting deal. the way they've got this set up. This is Joshua Duran. He's the young man that had played quarterback some for him, but not the main quarterback.
Wow.
Number 11 was the guy. That one that's in motion is the speedster that had been playing quarterback. Here
So
comes
you
the
kept it.
option to him, and they pitch it to the speedster. Ovi's after him. He loses him. He's still on his feet. They're gang tackling him. They got a whole group. He was fighting, trying to get some more yardage.
33, Brandon stood him up for a little bit, and they came in and finished him off.
Yeah, Brendan Trevino got in there and was able to hold him up, and that kid's got some speed, and Trevino was able to slow him down enough to let the rest of the group get there. So now it's 3rd, and we'll call it 8. Ball setting at about the 47-yard line. Looks like they're lined up. They're discussing something with the coach. They've got that pistol back formation in the backfield. What that is the quarterback's in the shotgun, and then he's got a running back setting up behind him even deeper. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. I would say they're going to pass it here. I would look for something out to this side. Yes. Here it comes. They get a hand in the passing lane there, and then Ovi comes flying out here and slams the young man to the ground for a huge loss. Great play there by Ovi Ontiveros.
And everybody does a good job, but Obi came and finished him.
Well, usually when he does something good like that, he'll record it off our broadcast, and his mom's usually happy. That usually means I get some tacos or something.
Good.
So that's a good deal right there.
Taco
Good job,
Tuesday,
O. Taco Friday or Saturday, something. Good job, O. Dexter is set up in their punt formation. They were kind of keeping their main line out here on the field. Now they're running them back, so I don't think they would fake it here, but I would definitely pay attention if I was the Cardinals because it looked like they were.
Last game we had 2 returning guys. Now we just have George again back there.
Yes, we've only been putting 1. So here comes the punt. They skipped that ball long across the ground, and once again we just let it. We let it skip all the way down to the 20-yard line. So that punt, he kicked that from about the 30-yard line in Demon territory. Kicked it all the way to the 20-yard line. So the Cardinals will take over 1st and 10, 9:30 remaining in the 3rd. Eunice will have the ball 1st and 10 at the 20.
I think they were instructed not to play the ball after it bounced because the last 2 games when he bounced, he got it off the bounce and scored or ran it back, and this time they haven't.
Yeah, I haven't seen them go for it either. Maybe they're afraid we'll touch it and fumble or lose one, so they're just saying.
Take a funny hop on the turf.
Yeah. So 1st and 10, 3 receivers to the right, 1 out to the left. Dexter's going to call a timeout here. The Dexter Demon coach didn't like something he saw, didn't like the matchups that he had, so he calls a timeout. 9:30 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Eunice leads 14-7.
That means we're in the coach's head over there already.
Absolutely. We've got them shook. So we've shook them just like they shake your paint down at Cardinal Hardware and Lumber. They will shake your paint and send you home with a great mixed gallon to get your job done. You need Cardinal Hardware and Lumber. So thank you guys for all you do down there. The Myers, the Davises, thank you guys, and all you other folks. Shoot, we've got Miss Ortega down there running the show.
Yes,
she keeps everybody in line.
Yes,
so we appreciate her. And, she keeps Rudy in line. And if you can keep Rudy in line.
That's a tough job out there.
That is. So we appreciate you guys. Once again, Eunice Health Clinic, thank you guys. Leanne, thank you for all that you do. We appreciate you guys and all the crew down there. So Eunice is already back out on the field. They are lined up. They've got 3 to the right, 1 to the left. They've got the ball 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Pierce in the backfield with Tippett to his right. He is calling out the play here. They get Dexter. It looks like they got Dexter to jump off sides on the hard count, so that ought to be free 5 yards for Eunice.
Remind me of Mason when he did that.
Yeah, Mason used to be really good at that. Yeah, and shout out to Mason. We appreciate you, Mace Diggity. I was in Las Cruces last week. I drove by and looked at his baseball field, and Mason's the man. We miss him, but we know he's doing big things. So the Cardinals step back up to the line. It is 1st and 5 from the 25. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Here goes that hard count again, and now we're going to look over to the coach for the call. They're set. They're ready to go. Same set. They snap it. They're going to hand it to Tippett straight up the middle. He breaks it out to the left side. He's got some corner and some running room. They come out and take him down. He stayed in bounds, but he picks up about 7, so that'll be enough for a first.
Yes, sir. That's a good run. Once he gets to that corner, he can explode. We get more yards that way.
As I watch him, he's always had that real explosive power, speed. I know that injury last year has taken a little something out of him because when he gets around the corner, he doesn't quite have as much of a burst as he used to. So 1st and 10, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. This is a design sneak by Pierce. He takes off up the middle, and he picks up about 15. That's a big run by Pierce. Pierce is a big, strong kid.
After 11 hit him, he's like, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Because he's hurting. He's always rubbing his shoulders. Look at him.
Yeah, so he picks up big yardage. 11 come up and tried to lay the pipe on him.
I'll do it again. I'll run it down again.
He got knocked flat. So, but anyway, 1st and 10, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Pierce is going to do it again. Here he goes. He's still rumbling, stumbling. He picks up about, we'll call it 6 or 7. Pierce,
good run right there.
He's playing fullback from the quarterback shotgun position. And that's going to make it 2nd, and we'll call it 4.5.
But can you see the momentum they have now?
Absolutely.
The drive they want to?
Ball spotted about the 47-yard line. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. That person's in motion. That's Stinson. They're going to hand it to him on that little sweep that they run. There goes Stinson. He's got some room. He's still going. He breaks it out to the left side.
Job.
Picks up about 15 yards.
That's a good run on him, and there's no laundry on the field, so we're good.
Yeah, so 1st and 10, Cardinals, we're all the way down to the 33-yard line. 1st and 10 into Demon territory, 8:25 and ticking on the clock. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Pearson Tippett in the backfield.
Micah Tippett. Oh, sorry about that.
Here goes the handoff, right up the middle to Tippett. He's rumbling, stumbling, skipping,
Cutting.
Breaks out to the right side, pushes all the way down. I think he's going to be real close to a first down. He picks up about 10.
We might be 1 yard short.
They're eyeballing it. Yeah, they're going to mark him for a first, so they signal first down. So 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. They're inside the 25 all the way down to, we'll call it the 22.
That's his first positive yards running down the center.
Man, it
Down the middle of the line.
It's a good job there by Tippett. He skipped, stayed behind his blockers, was able to get there. 8 minutes and ticking here in the third. 3 receivers right. They're going to run that little inside option to Tippett. He's got some space. He's all the way into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals. 7:51 remaining. Micah Tippett explodes for about a 23-yard touchdown run on the pitch from Pierce. Eunice now leads 20-7 with 7:51 remaining.
That looked very beautiful, didn't it?
It
That's
sure
the
did.
best run we've had all day.
Yeah, so great run there by Tippett. Good play. That was an all-around good drive. And now if we can just cap this with a Woods point after touchdown, then, things will be definitely looking up for us.
Huh?
Yes. So here goes Woods. As I've mentioned, he gets a deeper run than I've seen from most kickers. He booms that one right through the middle. Great kick there by the freshman Woods. It's a great kick there. Elgin Woods with the cap off there. It's now 21-7 in favor of Eunice with 7:51 remaining here in the third quarter. We'll send it to the station for 30 seconds and a word from our sponsors.
I'm glad he made it. Give him that confidence back. He much needed it because when they went to full extra 2 points, hope he didn't get offended by it because strategically it's the right thing to do, but hopefully they don't have trusted him.
Yeah. All right, so I'm not sure if we went to break on the station or not, but that's okay. If we didn't, we'll keep on talking, and if they come back to us from the station after, that'll be fine. 7:51 remaining here in the third. Eunice up 21-7. We've got our kickoff team on the field. Elgin Woods leads that group, the freshman. He's going to kick off from the left hash. He typically does that. Dexter has their kickoff return team on the field, including number 11, which is the speedster in the back, Juan Fuentes. Fuentes can boogie. It looks like him and the other back there, which is number 7, Joshua Duran, are talking. I would definitely look for that little reverse if they get a chance. So that ball is kicked high and in the middle.
Oh, good
and
job.
then a great open field tackle by number 2. That's Angel Gomez. So Angel Gomez comes in there.
He got blocked and he kept pushing and got to him.
Man, absolutely.
Fight,
great open field tackle by Angel Gomez. He knocks the young man's legs right out from underneath him, takes him down. about the 31-yard line. So Dexter will take over 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. 7:47 remaining in the quarter.
That's good momentum to get the defense get out there and keep pushing.
So Dexter's going to start off here at the 31. 2 receivers to the left. One. Oh, man. Great hit there by, is that Leo or Antonio? That's 72.
I closed my eyes on that one.
Antonio Granados. They tried to, well, they were running the option again, and that fullback coming straight up the middle, Antonio just laid him out before they could even finish faking the handoff. And then the rest of the Cardinals come swarming in, and they get them for a 1-yard loss.
Wow.
That's going to make it 2nd and 11. Ball spotted right about the 30-yard line.
That was beautiful, wasn't it?
Man.
Made me stand up in my chair.
I don't know if you're supposed to say woo as loud as we did on the radio, but, man, that was a great move there by Antonio Granados. So Dexter takes over 2, or they start for 2nd. They've got me shook up here. 3 receivers now to the right. They roll to the left. They throw it to Fuentes. He spins around. He's trying to get away. Ovi Ontiveros had a hold of him for a minute in the backfield.
And
he
Kevin
pulls away, and Kevin Garcia finally finishes him off. Fuentes is fast, and he's athletic. He caught the ball. They threw it out to him on a little one-step hitch on the right side at the wide receiver position. He ran it all the way back around the left side, kind of like Gio did last week, and picks up about 4 yards. So
and all that spinning he does, you can't wrap him up.
So it's now 3rd and 7. The ball spotted about the 34. 2 receivers to the right. Here comes the option again. They hand it right up the middle, and Granados is right there again. I think he's figured out that that's his man, and he ain't coming through here.
That's his job, his responsibility. He's taking him down.
Granados just slams the running back to the ground. What a tackle by Granados right there. He has figured out his duty on the option.
They're putting 21 out there.
So here goes Josh Carlos onto the field. I'm not the coach, and I'm not bashing the coach, but I'd scoot him up a little bit. It seems like our deep people are standing back there, and the ball lands 20 yards in front of them, and then they don't have a chance to get under it.
But when he catches the ball, the punter, he looks, and then he punts.
Yep. It's like they've gave him the green light and said, if you see an opening,
throw it,
turn it on and run. And so here it goes again.
You see how he rolls out?
Yeah, he's going to go this time.
Get him, Obi.
Ovi's there, but he can't bring him down. He gets some space. Just exactly what we were just talking about, and they're going to pick up a 1st down. Ovi had hands on him, but the kid is fast, and once he got out there, Ovi couldn't contain him, and he got around the end, and then, that's going to be a big 1st down there for Dexter. So they pick up about 15 yards on the play.
Yeah, we called it, Coach. We've seen it
Absolutely.
coming because every time they go punt, he roll out. And
yeah, he's running that way, trying to see if he's got some space, and once he thinks he does, he takes off. And Ovi was right there, just couldn't bring him down. So 1st and 10, the ball spotted at the 48 inside Cardinal territory. They're set up in that option look again. Here they come. They're going to run that little lead handoff right up the middle. They pick up about, we'll call it 4. Eunice is going to call a timeout here. I think they're seeing some things they're not liking taking place. So
yeah, they're going to let the defense relax a little bit.
Yeah.
Breather.
Yeah, so 2nd down, and we're going to call it a long 6, maybe 7. Ball spotted at the 45. There is a timeout on the field. Eunice takes a timeout. I think they're going to let some of these defensive linemen get a drink and a breather. As I mentioned earlier, we've got some offensive, defensive linemen out hurt.
Ways.
So most of these defensive linemen are playing both sides of the football, and they're not coming off the field. That old Iron Man Dave Lynn style football that Randall and Ryan Montanez, Toby Holland, Bert Fisher, Brent Snyder, that type of stuff that those young men played back in the day. These guys aren't used to that.
No, they're not.
We typically have it's entertaining because when I'm downloading our rosters off Max Preps against teams we play, most teams will have, at the most 30 kids on their team. We may have 40. I mean, we have huge. I mean, look at all the kids on the sideline. And so our kids are not used to playing both ways. It's just not something that they do very often. So Dexter's already lined up back on the ball. 2 receivers to the left. It's 2nd, and like I said, we'll call it a long 6, maybe 7. Here they come in motion this way. They're going to hand it straight up the middle. Eunice has got a number of people there. That's the speedster that they handed it to.
He dropped it by Obi.
So he picks up a couple of yards. Ovi brought him down, but not before he picked up a couple. So it's now third, and we'll call it a long 3. Ball spotted about it looks like about the 40, we'll call it the 42. They need to get to the other side of the 39, 38 and a half for a first down.
Got to make a stop right here.
Need them. It's a big one. Here's that option formation. They've ran the option out of this formation right here numerous times. I would expect it here. So here we go. They're going to hand it off up the middle. And here they come, right up the middle. Fuentes, he's spinning and spinning, but we bring him down. He does pick up at least 1, maybe 2. So that's going to make it fourth down and a long 1, maybe 2.
It's 33. Brandon?
That's Trevino, Brandon Trevino.
He's the one that wrapped them up, and they came in and finished him. I think they took him out with
He's calling for a sub, and it looks like we're going to have Brady Colburn that's going to run out there. Young Colburn's got some deep roots in Cardinal country, and so he runs out there onto the field. Looks like Marcus Tercero's telling him exactly where he needs to go right here. So fourth down, and we'll call it a long 2, maybe 3. This is a big play. Here goes the speedster Fuentes. I wouldn't be surprised to see him give it to him. He goes right up the middle, and they smash him, but I think he gets – I think that was Ovi that come up and just laid a shoulder forearm across his chin and looked like he clotheslined him.
A little Urlacher move, huh?
Yeah. But they're going to signal a first down.
Wow, they gave it to him real quick. They didn't even.
The chains had already moved.
I was like, what
before they even signaled, they had already moved the chains. And so, interesting situation going here. But first and 10. For Dexter, they're on another one of these long drives, 3:15 and ticking. They've got receivers split wide right and wide left, and then that little triangle offense set up in the backfield looked like something you see the Bulls run.
Guys.
They throw it over the middle, and I can't tell.
Wasn't it 4?
That was a 24, I believe. That's somebody known close to here, right? Jonathan Caballero.
Oh, yeah.
So Jonathan Caballero, son of the great Rosendo sitting next to me here, gets a hand on that pass, knocks it down in the middle, and that makes it 2nd and 10 for the Demons.
We need some more stops here, guys.
So they're in that same formation, wide right, wide left, and then that little reverse triangle look. And they're going to hand it.
He pulled
it out and kept it. So here he goes. He's trying to run around the left. We've got
Ovi
closing down on him. And Ovi Ontiveros chases him all the way across the field and doesn't let the quarterback get away from him this time. He slams him down all the way back dang near to midfield.
I thought he said he was fast.
Yeah.
We got it.
Oh, is there? Oh, no. We've got somebody.
Giovanni.
We've got somebody laying back on the field. I don't even know what happened back there. I didn't see. I was looking way back here, and 35, 40 yards down the field, we've got a young man laying back there on the field, and I'm hoping it's cramps. Is that cramps? It looks like they're doing the cramp stuff.
Yes.
Usually when you see them start picking up legs and bending toes back toward their body, that usually means cramps. When I look back there, I guess whoever that is, that Giovanni?
Yes, sir.
So Gio's got these bright
green
fluorescent green gloves, and all I could see was those gloves flopping like danger, Will Robinson, danger. And I thought, man, he's hurt bad. But as I look out there right now, I feel much better because I think that what he had was cramps. I think those legs tied up in knots on him. And if you've ever had that happen,
it hurts.
You feel like danger, Will Robinson.
Yes. And at first I thought it was one of these players' shoes on his face.
Yeah.
Because the Dexter players have some green shoes out there.
Yes. Yeah. So Gio, it looks, is that, yeah, that's Gio. So Gio catches some cramps.
Walking like an old lady. Look at him.
Oh, man, he's struggling off. I tell you, I have been there, Gio. I remember last year after the state game, or the whatever they call it, the bowl game, we were in our hotel room in Albuquerque, and Ovi cramped up in the middle of the night. And I couldn't help but laugh at him. But, I mean, his calves were in knots. They looked horrible, and he's flopping around the ground screaming and hollering. And you can't help but laugh at that, even though it's terrible. But hope Gio
He'll be all right. Get some
gets
water in
us
him.
to go away and feels better. So after the huge loss there, after Ovi chased the quarterback all the way back down the field, Dexter has the ball third, and we're going to call it 20. Ball spotted about the 40, we'll call it the 47. They gave him another good spot. And so Eunice looks like they've got the full-blown blitz coming after them at this point. They've got all their linebackers all the way up, even with the linemen. There is nobody playing deep center field, which
we
scares
have no
me.
safety back there.
Yep. And here they come. They send a receiver over to the right. They've got a lot of people over there. Ovi's after him again, and Ovi's got him. Ovi Ontiveros, back-to-back sacks.
Just wrapped him up, man. He's playing with a purpose tonight.
Ooh, Ovi
Did you make him mad?
Getting it done, I guess. I'm not sure, but I tell you, that was another awesome play there by the Big O. You know, that young man, when they ordered new uniforms this year, they forgot to order his number that he had worn all the way since he was little. So he had to switch numbers. He switched numbers. Well, then they decided they were going to play more at line. So he had to switch numbers again. And he don't care. You know, it makes Mama mad because she gets these T-shirts printed out and whatnot. But Ovi doesn't. He's just like, whatever you need me to do, I'm okay with it. Just a good kid. So good job there by Ovi. 2 minutes and ticking here in the third quarter. Eunice leads 21-7.
Has time started on? They're moving people in and out.
Yeah, they're still running them, and we're running somebody out there now. Dexter set up in that same punt formation that they always kind of run.
Oh, come on. Don't throw the flag.
Oh, he's going to throw it, huh? He's digging in his pocket. He did throw it. They're going to call us for roughing the passer. I don't know who that is.
23. He just bumped him, man.
23. That's Davius Brecken. He runs into the punter. Is that a personal foul at the high school level if you just run into him? Because he hit him with his back.
Yeah.
It is. Oh, wow. That's a first down for Dexter. That is a huge.
It took him forever to draw the flag.
I bet you the young man had been hit for at least a good 3-4 seconds before the flag come out of his pocket and threw it. He was digging for it. And, man, he hit him with his back.
Yeah, he tried to avoid him.
Yes. So
I'd go out there and argue that, but once again, I'm not the coach.
In the NFL and in college, they have the roughing the punter, roughing the kicker, and then they have running into the kicker. And the running into is just the 5-yard penalty and no big deal. Here, I guess there's no running into. But anyway, that's going to make it first down. That's a huge first down for the Demons. This Cardinal offense or defense is tired already.
You see, they're going to move. They don't even know where to place the ball at because the chain already moved.
Oh, they're going to say that.
What?
Man, I don't know. I'm confused now. And see the chains that already the chains that already moved over there. So there's a mess. There's the Dexter coaches are now running out on the field. They're mad.
So they picked up the flag. Is that what I'm hearing?
He didn't pick up the flag because he marked it off.
Oh. Oh,
Wow.
We had him that far back. That's right. I forgot we had him that far back.
Yeah, and that's why I asked if it's a personal foul or if it's just a running into the kicker. He did say that. And so there's still some discussion. Now it looks like they may be going to change their mind. The chains are already marked for a first down Dexter, and Dexter's offense is still out on the field. Our I was going to say our offense is out there now.
Our offense is out there as well.
Yeah, so we've got two offenses lined up on the ball. We've got a bunch of referees standing around arguing over something. They're debating.
I think he's looking for his phone. He's going to Google. That's going to Google.
I think he's going to phone a friend.
I think so.
And
my phone ringing?
He's going to see if he can get some help. And he's going to phone a friend. He could do one of those mobile shout-outs where he leans out the window and hollers to the crowd to ask them. But anyway, they're debating about it. There's 1:41 remaining here in the third. This is a big play because
yes, it is. It's going to
Eunice takes over up 14 going into the fourth quarter basically, or Dexter continues this drive and has a chance to cut it to 7.
Well, the good thing is if it's going to be Dexter's ball, our defense is resting right now.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. So everybody's still out there discussing it. I still don't think they know.
Look at this ref took his hat off, scratching his head.
Yeah, it's an interesting discussion, and it's one that I don't know. That's why I was asking, is there a running into the kicker versus a roughing the kicker? Is a roughing the kicker a personal foul and an automatic first down? I mean, that's what he said. And now they're all coming over here to talk to the Eunice coaches, and the Eunice coaches I don't think are going to like it because the Eunice offense is headed off the field.
He said he screwed up, huh?
So a 15-yard penalty, but it's going to be 4th down. So that's going to – I've never seen anything like this, and I don't think either side's coaches agree with the call.
So they're going to punt again.
So they're going to give them the opportunity to punt again. I would guess now where they're at, they're all the way down to the 37-yard line. It's 4th down and 9. I definitely expect to see them go for it here.
I believe they are.
So they've got 3 receivers to the left. The one to watch is this number 11, which is the middle one. They've got one out to the right. Looks like they've got the blitz coming. They're going to run a double reverse back that way.
There's a pat.
That looked like a hit in the back to me. He's still on his feet, and he's still going. They're going to get the first down.
Wow.
So
he hit him in the back.
Yeah, I thought they blocked our guy in the back out on the side, but, from up here, I guess we got a little bit better view or maybe a worse view. I don't know. Anyway, 1:30 remaining here in the third. It's 21-7. Dexter has had a long drive. This has been a long drive. They've got 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. It's 1st and 10. Ball spotted about the 20. 2 in the backfield. The speedster's over here to the left this time in the slot back position. Here he comes in motion. I would definitely keep my eyes on him. They're going to throw it right out there to him. They did. He does all that spinning stuff. He is a hard guy to bring down, and if he can get a little space, he's very fast. So he
does all
picks
that
up.
Spinning, like you said, you just can't wrap him up.
Picks up about 4 yards. That's going to make it 2nd and we'll call it 7. 2nd and 7.
That's where the gang tackle comes in.
Ball's down to about I'm going to call it the 18-yard line. Tough to tell from here. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. There goes the speedster in motion again. They're looking at him, but they had him covered this time. He's going to run that wheel route. A bunch of Cardinals there. The ball pops out. Eunice dives on it. It looks to me like they've picked it up unless they called it down.
Nobody's calling nothing yet. Don't surprise me.
Oh, they're going to blow it dead and call him down back in the back. Man, I tell you, if there is a break that can go any way from the crew, it isn't going our way. I can assure you. They called him down before.
Probably for Roswell.
They called him down before he could before the fumble, I guess. So anyway, that's going to make it 3rd and we'll call it 15 now. After a gang tackle from the Cardinals, and that is the end of the 3rd quarter. The Cardinals lead 21-7, but Dexter's got some momentum on a huge drive. We will send it back to the station for a word from our sponsors for 30 seconds.
You're clear.
I think that hurt them holding the ball that long. They burned the whole 3rd quarter. They didn't score, Yes.
15.
Wish I was
10.
a fan.
5, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to beautiful Eunice Cardinal Stadium, where the Cardinals are leading 21-7 as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. Dexter has been on a drive that I don't know exactly how many minutes it took off the clock, but I would say at least 6, maybe 7.
I agree with you on that.
I mean, they burnt down a huge chunk of that 3rd quarter on that drive. They're still driving. A running into the kicker foul really gave them a big boost right there where Eunice would have had the ball. But Dexter's still driving.
But our defense is holding up. Our defense is doing their job. They're maintaining them.
So here goes Dexter. 3rd and about 15. The ball looks like it's about the 25, 26-yard line. The speedster, I think this is him over here in the slot back position to the right. He's definitely one to keep your eyes on. He seems to make their big plays for him. There he goes the other way.
Reverse.
There they go, the double reverse, and he's looking to pass. Ovi's out there. He throws it out to the quarterback. The quarterback makes the catch. We come up and hit him. That's number 1, Kevin Garcia. Ovi was all over the speedster and made him throw it, and but he makes a good throw, throws it out there. He also plays the quarterback position. So 11:40 and ticking.
4th down.
It's 4th down, and we'll call it 3, maybe 2.5. Ball spotted inside the 15-yard line. 2 receivers to the right. This is a good time for that option.
Yes.
And there's the speedster in motion. They're going to pitch it out here to him. They get a hand on him in the backfield. They get another hand on him in the backfield. He spins, and they stop him.
And there's no flag. Let's see where they spot the ball at.
That's going to turn the ball over to the Cardinals. So the Cardinals have held tight right there.
Yes.
That Fuentes.
That defense, man. That defense maintained them again. This happened again in the 2nd quarter, and they stopped them.
Man, every time that Fuentes touches the ball, up here it gets a little worrisome. But the defense did a great job right there.
And Marcus got to him and stopped him this time.
So now most of our defensive line jumps over to the other side of the ball and becomes the offensive line. So we hope they've got some legs left here. 11:20 and ticking in the game. Eunice up 21-7. They've got 4 receivers out to the right. Now they move one back into the backfield. That's Tippett. 1 to the left. Pierce, the quarterback. They've got Ortega now in motion, so they've got 4 receivers out to the left. They run Tippett up the middle. He gets it all the way out to the 20, so he's going to pick up, we'll call it 5, maybe 6.
When he goes down the center, covers that ball with both hands. That's nice.
So that's 2nd down and a long 3, maybe 4. And the ball spotted in between the 21 and the 20. 3 receivers. No, they've got 4 out to the right again. 1 to the left. That's Chacon. I can tell by the green gloves. They're going to run that little reverse kick back to Tippett. He's going up the middle, and he's going to have a first down.
Got extra activity right there.
Yeah, a little extra pushing and shoving afterwards, but Tippett will pick up a first down, and the clock's ticking, or should be.
Yeah.
Here it goes, 10:45, and once they set there they go. They're rolling it now. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Tippett and Pierce in the backfield. Ball spotted about the 20.
Got to take care of the ball, guys.
We'll call it the 29. Yeah, very important to not turn the ball over here at this point. Here comes the snap. They're going to fake the handoff to Tippett. Pierce takes off around the right side. Him and Tippett ran into each other for just a minute. He ducks his head and keeps plowing. He's going to pick up about 13, which is enough for another Cardinal first down, and the clock continues to tick.
Did you see how he hit 7?
Yeah.
They don't tackle him. He hits them.
Yeah. Yeah, they run up and act like they're wanting to tackle him, and he usually lays the hit on them before they can.
He looks forward to that. That kid's not normal.
So 1st and 10 here for the Cardinals. They've got 4 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, nobody in the backfield except Pierce. He's rolling left. He's looking deep. He's got a man right here. He fires one to Chacon. Chacon with a great catch, puts a moves on somebody. Bang!
He threw a flag.
Oh, no. Chacon gets all the way to the end zone, but they're going to throw a flag and call an illegal block over here.
On
George Ortega, and that's...
He missed it by a split second. That's all it was. He just... But oh well, we'll do it again. Yeah,
so Chacon is all the way into the end zone. There's no call down. They didn't even have an official down there to make a call down here because
Coach Wright is at.
And so I'm assuming he's going to call an illegal block right here, which was, I mean, he upended 11 that's been running all over the field. George Ortega laid it on him. I saw his cleats point towards space.
He got up slow, number 11.
Yeah, so that is what they're going to call.
Crowd didn't like that, did they?
No, the Eunice crowd is going nuts. As many things as flew up into the crowd a while ago when they were throwing T-shirts. Now we're going to see some things fly the other way. So 21-7, 9:53 remaining here in the game. Eunice is up 14. After the touchdown by Chacon, or during the touchdown run, they're going to call Ortega for a hit in the back, and I guarantee you it was a close one.
I mean, poor Giovanni, he just cramped up. He ran all the way over there.
Yeah. So Giovanni in the green gloves, he's flexing those calves right now, so they're still tweaking a little bit on him.
I'll throw it to him again.
So I'm not sure what down does that make it.
That's
Is
first
it
down.
First again?
Yes,
So
sir.
1st and 10. They've spotted the ball at the 37, 38-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They hand it to Tippett straight up the middle. He picks up a good 5, maybe 6 yards.
They played a lot of hard-nosed football tonight, those running backs.
Absolutely. That's he's all the way down to the 34. So that's going to make it 2nd. We'll call it 6, the 34-yard line.
Timeout, Eunice.
Eunice is going to take a timeout.
Our linemen don't even know that. Just seeing them out
Yeah.
there. They're ready to go.
Yeah, that group's like, we might as well not come off the field. Let's send it back to the station for 30 seconds and a word from our sponsors.
You're quick.
I hope they take the timeout this time. We have a tendency to call a timeout. We've got a minute on the clock. We have a tendency to call a timeout, and then we just run over here and take a quick swig of water and run right back out there, and we get a 20-second timeout.
10.
We scored too fast.
5, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Eunice Cardinal Stadium here in beautiful Eunice, New Mexico. It is a beautiful night here for football. It's a clear night. I'm guessing it's probably in the mid to upper 70s.
Yes.
I mean, it doesn't get much better than this. My wife has a tendency to set our thermostat at home at about this temperature that it is right here. This is inside weather for me. So Eunice has the ball. 2nd, we'll call it a long 6. Ball spotted.
78 degrees, huh?
Yeah, is that what it is?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is about home weather for me. So ball spotted about the 34. Eunice is going to have the ball. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. They've got 2 running backs in the backfield with Pierce. This is a different look for us. Here goes the snap. We're going to turn fake a pitch. We're trying to set up a screen.
Go down, go down, go down,
Yep.
go down.
Yeah. So
We
Pierce
lost some yardage.
gets sacked in the backfield. We tried to set up a little screen. We tried to run a little trickery there, and it didn't trick too many folks.
That backfired a little bit. I think he just put that in play on the timeout.
Yep. Yeah, that's one of those plays that you go over and scratch in the dirt.
Yes.
Here, you're going to be here, and I'm going to be here, and you're going to run this way, and I'm going to throw it over here. That's kind of what that looked like. But it's now 3rd, and we'll call it 14. Ball spotted about the 40. 3 wide to the right, 2 to the left. Nobody in the backfield with Pierce. This looks more like our look here. What do we have there, a false start?
5 moved too quick over there. On the one of the receivers, he took off before the ball was snapped.
That's going to be Ashton, right?
yes, sir.
Thompson. So Ashton moves a little early out there on that wide right side. So that'll scoot us back another 5. So that'll go from 3rd and 13, 14 to now 3rd and about 19-ish, we'll
Yes,
call
sir.
it.
Bet you the ball's going to him.
Yeah. Got a little anxious.
Yes.
So they're going to spot it at about the 46-yard line. Eunice comes back in the same formation. They've got 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Nobody in the backfield except Pierce, who's in the shotgun. 8:50 and ticking. Eunice up 14, 21-7. Pierce is going to take the snap. They've got a blitz coming, and we get the ball away. Thompson has it. He got some space. He's still going. He covers up the ball, and he gets all the way down, very close to the first down.
Good job.
Great heads-up play by Pierce to get rid of it, and a great catch through traffic by Thompson.
And Pierce got hit when he threw that ball.
That was a good play there for the Cardinals. 1st and 10. Ball's now spotted about the 26. Eunice hurries to the line. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They pitch it. They hand it over to Tippett. Tippett's trying to get around the corner. He does. He's knocked out of bounds, but he picks up a good 4 or 5 yards, maybe 6.
I wish he would have stayed in bounds, keep that clock running.
Yep. So at 8:22, and the clock is stopped. Eunice up 14, 21-7. Cardinals will have the ball 2nd. We'll call it 4. Looks like they've spotted it right at the 20-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Pierce and Tippett in the backfield. They're going to hand it to Tippett right up the middle. He plugs along, jumps in there. Those tackles like that scare me. I'm always worried of knees.
Those are some hard yards. Like I keep saying, he's earning some hard yards tonight, but he's moving that ball.
So that's going to make it 3rd down and a short 1. So 3rd and 1. We're in the same formation. 2 right, 2 left. Pierce and Tippett. I would expect either the same thing or Pierce to come barreling ahead. No, he's going to fake the pass. He's got somebody on him. He's going to duck it. Here he goes. He's running around the right side. He's still going. The ball's out there like a loaf of bread, but he gets all the way down to about the 11-yard line. That's going to be a 1st down.
When he should have kept going to that corner. When he cut in, they caught him. But if he kept running that corner, he had a lot of green space in front of him.
He scares me when he's got that ball out here doing like this the whole time. I'm like, hey.
Hold on to the ball, boy.
So 7:50 and counting, 21-7. Eunice has it 1st and 10 at about the 11-yard line, so they got a chance to get another first here. Now they're in that double backfield thing again. They're going to hand it straight to number 4. That's Brady Colburn. Colburn plows right up the middle.
Put some fresh legs in there, huh?
I'm not sure if he looked. I think he, last time I said he looked like Darren Jones. I had Darren Jones messaging me saying, hey, come on now, I was fast. And so right there he looked like Darren Jones. He ducked his head, was hard-headed, just plowed right through the middle.
He said hard-headed.
So 2nd and 5. They're going to give it to Colburn again. He breaks around the right side. He's going to get in there for the touchdown. Oh, I'm sorry. That's Colburn.
That's number 9.
Is that 9?
Yeah, look at that black knee brace.
What's the limp? Yeah, you're right. That 9 and that 4 look so much alike on these uniforms, but I was trying to give it to you, Brady, but they chose to hand it to Tippett instead. So a good touchdown there by Micah Tippett. 7:12 remaining here in the game. Eunice now leads by 20, 27-7.
And it's good we didn't score as fast. We used a lot more time on that play.
So in comes Woods. He steps in here. Let's see if we can put this one through. Got to get something going on this end.
He called it
and
good.
He got it through.
Yes.
He skipped it right through there. So that's going to make it 28-7 in favor of Eunice. 7:12 remaining here in the 4th quarter. We're going to keep it here. I want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Devon Energy. I guess I always shout out Steve Almaguer because I know he's like the boss man or whatever around here. But there's some other great folks like Jared Armstrong. He works for Devon Energy. I'm trying to think a couple others. I've got to mention my son-in-law because if I don't, I might get beat up at the next family gathering. Bryce Jenkins, a former quarterback for this Eunice Cardinal football team that was quarterback all the way to the state championship game in Estancia many years ago. He works for Devon. So we appreciate you guys down in Devon, all the hard work that you do, helping support our economy and whatnot.
It hurt to say that, huh? Your son-in-law?
Yeah, I had to throw that out there. When you're a dad of daughters, and because you are, but one day you'll be there. And I like the young man. It's just one of them things where it's
you
your
like
daughter.
The young man.
Absolutely. I think the world of him. Eunice Pump and Supply. Becky Nogelmeyer and Brandon Matthews and that group, you guys do so much for this community as well. Just about anything that has to do with Eunice schools or sports, you can bet they're involved. So we appreciate you guys, Eunice Health Clinic. Here comes the little pooch kick again. They kick it over here into the corner, and a great open field tackle there by number 15.
Maddox Mata.
Maddox Mata getting his name called. I know his mama, she's getting ready to have another baby.
Yes.
She's got another baby on the way, and they got a great family. We think the world of them, and I don't know if they're listening or here at the stadium, but Maddox has got a bright future here as a Eunice Cardinal as well.
That's a good tackle, too. Open field tackle by himself.
Absolutely.
Did a good job. And he's a freshman, correct?
Yes. 7:08 on the clock, 28-7 in favor of Eunice. Dexter takes over the ball. They've got 3 receivers to the left, 1 out here to the right. Keep an eye on number 11 wherever he is.
They're going to the passing
Here
game.
goes. They've got a group in there chasing them around. Ovi comes in, knocks them flat at the end, and they fumble the ball. Eunice picks it up.
And they're not calling it a fumble.
So they had, was that number 4? Was that Colburn?
Oh, yes, it's Eunice ball.
So there is a fumble on the play.
They called him down first? No, he's pointing towards.
I think that was Colburn.
You're calling it a fumble. That's Eunice ball. Okay. Colburn got there first. Obi wrapped him up, and somebody else hit him. I don't know who the other guy was.
I got a message here that Ryan works for Devon too. I'm assuming that's Ryan Dean. If you do, shout out my man Ryan Dean, a great quarterback for these Cardinals many years ago. So all that Dean group is a tough group. So shout out to you guys. Eunice, man, a heck of a defensive play right there. Did a really good job, and they're going to have the ball back inside the 20-yard line. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Eunice wastes no time on offense getting set up, so they just do everything so quick you don't even have a time in transition to talk about it. 6:50 and counting, 28-7 in favor of the Cardinals. Eunice picks up about 2 there.
They pass it to George, right? Yes.
And so George Ortega picks up about 2. It's now 2nd down and 8. And so shout out to Jada. She sent me, "I love you, Dad." After I was talking about her family there. They got a good one. So here they go. They get Tippett going around the left side.
Make that corner.
He makes the corner.
Yes.
And he is in for the score. Tippett with a great run. I don't see any laundry.
Nope.
Touchdown, Cardinals. They've broken it open now.
That's a good job by Tippett. He looks exhausted, but he sure loves running in that end zone, don't he?
6:23 remaining here in the game, 34-7. Eunice is in control here.
They're finally rolling, man.
I just got a message in my family group message from Chloe. She says that the Lady Cards will start play tomorrow at 11:30 in bracket play for the tournament. So here goes the Cardinals' extra point.
It's beautiful.
And that one looked really nice there. Elgin Woods with a beautiful point after touchdown. It is now 35-7 in favor of the Cardinals. Now the Cardinals are rolling.
Now the Cardinals look like Cardinals, don't they?
Absolutely.
They're playing very good.
Yeah, doing a great job here. Eunice up 35-7, 6:23 remaining in the game. I'll give a shout out to Isla Wayne and my main man, Jace, who I know are listening. So love you guys and think the world of you. And like I said, all you folks that help sponsor these things and make them possible. Eunice Public Schools, Cardinal Hardware and Lumber. I talk about those folks all the time, but we definitely appreciate the Davises and the Myers and the Ortegas and all that group down there. The City of Eunice, Zia Auto Shop, Redbird Gas, the Parkers. Man, that Parker group, they've been around here forever. There's so many Parkers. I don't even know if all of them I know that like Brett and Penny and Johnny and all that group is one set of Parkers. I'm not sure if they're related to Kevin and them somewhere way back down the line.
I don't think they are.
It's probably like me and the other Joneses, they're here. But anyway, so 6:23 remaining.
You're the only Jones I know.
What about Don Jones? Here comes the pooch. We're going to pooch this one right over toward the 40-yard line. Got a host of Cardinals there going to make the tackle. They're going to bring him down at, we'll call it the 44-yard line. 6:19.
I like these pooch kicks because, once again, those speedy guys can't get the ball and they can't. That's our best defense on the kickoff right there.
It keeps them from doing those reverses and all that other stuff.
I remember last year that's all they would do is pooch kicks. Pooch kicks.
Yeah, it ends the return for sure. So anyway, so here we go. 1st and 10, Dexter. They've got 2 receivers out to the left, and then everybody else is in that tight kind of option look. This is what they've ran the option out of most of the time today. We'll see what comes here. They're going to run it.
Right.
They faked the handoff up the middle, tried to run it around the end, and the Cardinals just plowed them.
Jonathan got a tackle there.
Jonathan Caballero comes in and delivers a blow.
And 25, and Jerry Hawkins got it too.
Jerry Hawkins and Caballero in on that one. So good way to string that play out.
Yes, stretch
Dexter
it out.
ends up losing about 3 yards on that play. That's going to make it 2nd.
I got an email that says Noel works out there at Devon as well.
Noel, hey, Noel Ornelas. Thank you guys. I knew we had some Devon folks out there listening. Thank you guys.
Y'all keep working hard, so y'all keep sponsoring us.
That's right. We need you. So we appreciate you guys. So here we go. They're in that tight set again, that thing they run the option out of. Here comes 11 coming this way. Ooh. They hand it straight up the middle, and
Marcus got him first.
Man, Marcus Tercero comes up. His brother is out doing some surveying at this point. He's like a land engineer or whatever they call him now, and I think Marcus looked like he surveyed that guy before he laid him out there and made him part of the foundation. So a good tackle there by Marcus Tercero. 5:49 and ticking. Demons back in that formation, 3rd, and we'll call it 12 from the 44. Here comes 11. They're going to pitch it out here to him.
Good job, guys.
And I think that was Ovi that jumped on his back and rode him around for a couple of yards. And
Brandon got the other half of it.
yes, and number 4 come in as well. That's Brady Colburn again. So Colburn, he's wanting to make some airtime here on the radio. So 4th down now and 11 for the Demons.
Well, we got too many people on the field. Who's coming out? Who's staying in?
And we got to get some people off of there.
Yes, we got too many over here, right? There he is. Okay.
1, 2.
Colburn just got up. We're good.
Yeah, I think that makes us 11. I don't even know that. I mean, if we're not going to catch it, I don't even know if I'd put anybody back there. I'd get up and play defense, I think, because this guy, see, look, he's wanting to go.
Rolling.
Now he's going to kick it.
Oh, is he going to catch it? Oh, no. Land on the ball, son.
Ooh, shoot. I'm not sure what happened. I can't tell.
Looks like he's pointing that way. We're good.
So Josh Carlos got in there and battled. That's why they don't come up and catch it like we've been saying for the whole game.
Does he even have gloves on?
I don't think so. We'll get him some gloves. He needs some of those Chacon gloves.
Yeah, so the green ones.
I mean, those things look sticky from all the way up here in the press box. So Josh Carlos runs up to catch that, hits it with his knee, kicks it about 15 yards, so he picks up 15 yards on the kick for the Cardinals. So Eunice will take over 1st and 10. We'll call it the 41-yard line. They're going to have trips out here to the left with Chacon out wide. Thompson's the inside man. Can't tell who's in the middle. They're going to roll this way. They're looking.
There he is. Wide open.
They're going to chunk it deep. They've got Chacon.
Oh, he caught it. Oh, he dropped the ball. He dropped the ball.
Chacon, it's those gloves.
Man.
They reflected the ball, and Chacon was 10, 15 yards behind the closest defender.
Man.
There was nobody between him and the concession stand. He could have had some nachos after that touchdown.
He hit him on stride, hit his hands. Poor guy.
Oh, and that happens sometimes in this game.
Just don't cramp up, son. We're all right. Just don't cramp up.
So with 4:39 remaining here in the game, 35-7, Eunice just narrowly misses a touchdown there.
Yes.
2nd and 10. They're in the same formation. Trips left, one over to the right. Tippett in the backfield. I would guess they'll run it to Tippett this time. Here goes Tippett. They hand it. Oh, shoot. Ball popped up into the air, scared the heck out of me.
Time out, Coach. Let's talk about this. That's what I would do. Okay, guys, the game's not over yet. We still got to run the offense.
If I called that timeout, I'd do it after all but 1 second of the game or the play clock had run. So it's going to be 3rd down. Coach is slowing them down now. 3rd down, and we're going to call it 14. Ball spotted about the 38.
Yeah.
4 minutes and 5 seconds on the clock. Trips to the left, one receiver out to the right. This next play is brought to you by Redbird Gas and Bart Parker. Let's see what he can do for you. They drop back. They're looking deep. They pump fake. Now Pierce drops it. He's going to take it and run. He does a little spin move of his own, and then they jump down and take his knees out, but not before he picks up about 6.
He likes to get hit.
Man,
Did you see that? He lowered his shoulder. Come get me, he said.
He enjoys that. Kind of a bull mentality. He runs right in there.
Yes.
3:30 and ticking. Looks like Eunice has got the punt team coming on.
So 3rd time to punt this game?
Something like that. So the punt team comes on. 3:20 and ticking. Dexter's running some folks off slow. I'd snap the ball right now.
We're missing players on the field.
We are?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Look at it. There he goes. 27.
Yeah. I would guess we'll just take the penalty here if need be, but I was trying to watch for the white hat to start the hand count. We got it off. So we're going to take our time. We punt it.
Come on,
see,
Kevin.
they're
you know
going
you can get and run.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, he ran into his own player.
Yep, so that hurt them, helped us for sure. So 2 minutes, 49 seconds remain in the game. Dexter's going to take over 1st and 10 at, we'll call it the 36-yard line.
Jacob made that tackle.
Jacob?
Yeah, Jacob.
Oh, Jacob Ortega.
Yes, sir.
All right, so that's little Ortega.
Yes.
He's a freshman too, right?
He's
Is he a sophomore?
He's a sophomore, yes, sir.
All right, so he is the younger brother of George, and so another one of those up-and-comers for this Cardinal team. 2:49, 35-7. Cardinals in control here.
And it looks like he still has a starting defense out there.
Yeah, I would guess. I mean, because they've still got their first-team offense on. I don't know that I'd be.
And right now, the defense is doing their job. They have. And
Yeah,
keep
in
them
max
7 points.
preps, they do that comparison, and Texaco beat this team by 20. So this is still big for us. We've got a blown coverage there, and they had a man wide open, and he's still going down the field. Man, we
Got to focus on that wrapping up and tackling, man.
we blew coverage right
Bad.
there. We had a man wide open down the center of the field, nobody close to him. So Dexter picks up about 35, 40 yards on that play. They're all the way down to the 23-yard line. That'll be a first down.
Yep.
Clock stops while they move the chains. Now they're signaling them to start it. 2:35 and ticking. Trips left for Dexter. They're in that pistol back in the backfield, one wide to the right. Quarterback moves him up to the left. They snap it. He's rolling and looking
Get
left.
him 2-3. Get him 2-3.
They throw it. He's got a man open. I'm not sure if he came down with
It's
it or not,
incomplete.
though. They're going to say it hit the turf, so that's a good deal.
So they got Jerry in for Obi, huh?
No, where is Ovi? Is
He's
he?
over here with his helmet off.
Is he?
Yes, sir.
I guess maybe they're.
And they
Trying
got
to-
Jerry in over there at 25, right?
Yeah. So they're giving Ovi a break. Probably
Well
deserves
earned,
it.
right?
Yeah. So 2:20. Clock is stopped because of the incomplete pass. It's going to be 2nd and 10. We're going to say the ball's at the 23-yard line. Pretty dang close to that. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Quarterback in the backfield. He's rolling left and looking down the field. Got some pressure
Yeah,
coming after
23.
him.
Oh,
And he throws
Oh.
it, and the receiver
Incomplete.
had it in his hands, and that's number 50,
50,
Marcus
Marcus.
Tercero,
Laid a
comes
hit on
in there and smacks him right as the ball gets there, knocks that ball free. So a good defensive back style play from Marcus Tercero. Give a shout out to Sandra, who's always very supportive of Eunice Sports. His mama, she's a great lady, works down at the Eunice Public Schools,
Yes.
who's one of our sponsors. This next play here is brought to you by Cardinal Hardware and Lumber. We'll see if our defense can lay the wood on this play and put a stop to it.
4th down, correct?
4th down and 10. Come on, Cardinals. Here goes the snap. They throw it
Oh.
over to the left side. We get a hand on the ball. That was Jerry, I
Yes, sir.
believe. Jerry Hawkins jumps
Knocks that
out
ball
there,
down.
got a hand on it, knocks it down, disrupted the play, just like his daddy, Jerry Hawkins, disrupts crime on the streets of Eunice. So a great job there by Hawkins. We call his daddy Hawk, so we may have to call son Hawk if he flies out there and knocks any more passes down like that.
That was 3rd down.
Was it 3rd?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the way the chains are
Yes,
set up,
we can't see
the
it.
play, the down thing is set up right behind the first down marker, and so we couldn't tell. So that was 3rd down. I apologize.
Either way, Jerry did a good job knocking the ball down,
Absolutely.
and he was going to speedy 11, so who knows what happened.
So 4th and 10, Cardinals got a chance here to put a stop to this entire game here in this play. This is a big play. The Cardinals are in control anyway, but this play could seal the deal for the Eunice Cardinals.
And it would be so great to have the defense stop them right now, and because they stopped them all night.
Yeah.
Other than that one score, that busted play, they scored on us, but other than that, they've been doing their job.
They've done a great job tonight. That defense spent a lot of time out there on the field, but they've
Yes.
done a really good job containing this very fast Dexter offense, and to hold them to only 7 points. I mean, even Texaco didn't hold them to 7 points. I think they put up like 20 something on Texaco, or maybe even 30.
Oh, they're going for a field goal.
Oh wow, interesting.
When he was warming up, he was kicking the ball good. So is the wind blowing?
And that's the speedster. They're going to
Yes.
put him back there, and he's going to try to kick a field goal. So Dexter's going to attempt a field goal here. This will be a 40-yard field goal. The holder set up right at the 30. And here goes the kick, and he booms it.
No,
It's
it's
got
no
plenty
good.
of leg,
No
and it
good.
is no good
To the
wide
right.
to the right.
Yes.
So it was a 40-yard
sir.
field goal attempt, and he had the leg. He just was wide
Yeah.
right.
It was
so,
too flat. He didn't get enough air on it.
Yep.
Had the length, but not the height.
So 2 minutes and 6 seconds remain in the game. Eunice leads 35-7. They will take over here. They'll get the ball back.
They
I
thought they had Sergio Contreras after kicking that field
Man,
goal.
I tell you, Serge was the man, the myth, the legend. My buddy Serge.
He had a magical leg, didn't he?
Oh man, the guy could kick a football. At one point, I just in our casual conversations that all of us always have,
Casual.
Serge is my buddy. I was thinking that at one point he held like some sort of national junior college record for like a field goal when he was at Nemi of like 64 yards or something.
I believe that.
And I mean, the guy could just boom a football. And his daddy, Big Surge, was a heck of a soccer player in his day. And so shout out to the Contreras family. Jesse, he's another one. And, of course, Carmen and Karina, they all have championship ties to this Cardinal country. So here's the handoff right up the middle.
Kevin.
That's Kevin Garcia. He's still plowing. He's going to plow all the way ahead, and then number 72 comes in, Antonio Granados, and just body slams their number 5, who was trying to bring down Kevin. He slammed down Kevin and the other guy.
I thought he was going to get a flag for unnecessary roughness. Had to come on, Antonio.
So the clock is ticking, 140 and ticking. Second down, and we'll call it 4. Trips right, 1 to the left. I'm guessing they're going to hand it to Kevin. No, they don't. They throw it out to the right.
They got the young kids out there. Number 15.
And who's
Maddox.
that? Who's on the ground? That Maddox Mata comes up with the catch out there, and they bring him down. Julius Woods, real slow getting up right there, and that is one thing we can't do.
No.
We cannot afford to lose any more linemen. We just don't. Our lineman position, we are hurting in the lineman position right now as far as depth. Got a lot of hurt kids out there, banged up kids. Oh, shoot. Ball skips on the ground.
We recovered it.
Well, now it's still going. I'm not sure who got it. The snap was over the head of the quarterback, and I'm not sure who ended up with it.
He pointed towards Dexter.
So Dexter's going to recover the ball here with 53 seconds remaining in the game.
Once again, we go back to last week's game. We have to learn how to finish the game. Yeah. I know there's only 53 seconds left, but we have to maintain that intensity.
Yeah. So 53 seconds. Eunice leads 35-7. The Dexter offense comes back onto the field, and just looking out there, it looks like they've still got all the horses on the field. So they're going to try to get this ball in the end zone. Yeah, they've got the speedster out to the left, still got the same quarterback and running back in the game. Everybody's the same. So this is Dexter's main offense. They're going to try to put some points on the board here. 53 seconds remaining. See if our defense can hold one more time.
Low snap.
There's some open space there. The Cardinals trying to get to the quarterback, and they do, but not before he picks up a big gain of about 7. So
a couple of missed tackles there, man.
Yep. Ovi gets in there and makes that tackle at the end, but the clock is ticking. It's at 30 seconds and ticking. It's now
keep him out of the end zone, guys.
Second, and we'll call it 4. Ball spotted about the maybe the 6-yard line.
Yes, sir.
They're hurrying up to the line. 20 seconds now. They're trying to throw that little flare pass.
Oh, there's a flag. That's it. He finally called it. Hit him out there. Hit him.
They tried to run that little flare thing that they've been running the whole game, and they pick. They try to pick those defensive backs off.
And he finally threw a flag.
Yes.
With 12 seconds left. I guess he just seen it.
So Jerry Hawkins with the tackle again. Makes the tackle in the backfield. They're letting the clock tick. There is a flag on the play. And so
let's see, what did he call? Holding or what?
Yeah, I don't Hawkins went in there. I mean, he came at him like a wild bull that time. He got in there and got after it. So anyway, they got back in there. Those wild bulls will get you.
No Hawkins.
There was a time back in my day as a state police officer where a wild bull liked to whoop me once, and so I got some messages here saying I need to tell that story, but I won't.
What happened? You want 30 seconds?
They called the something on us?
Oh, no, they're just going back to the spot.
They're confused as well.
Okay, so they told them to put time back on the clock. They bring the clock all the way. They've put the clock all the way back to 12 seconds. 35-7, 12 seconds on the clock. They've stepped the ball back all the way. Well, and now they've picked it up again, and they're going the other direction. So they went backwards all the way to the 25-yard line.
Look at that. The coach is out there trying to show them what to do.
Yeah, I don't.
Massive confusion out in the field.
Yeah, I'm not. Once again, I'm not sure what's going on. I haven't been sure what's going on most of this
Go
game.
ahead and tell us that story then about the wild bull.
The short of it is I got a call to a situation where there was a bull, and the bull was not completely dead. He got hit by a gang truck, and he ended up swinging me around like a rodeo clown for a while and tearing up my uniform. And he tried to put me in a chokehold. At one point, I was climbing under the state police car and trying to find a place to hide. And it was very entertaining. Ron Todd, at that time from Ron's Welding, still laughs at me to this day for that. But he was out watching, and he didn't get out and help. That's the thing.
That's a smart man, huh?
Yeah. And so when I got there, the bull was actually laying in the pasture and had been hit by a gang truck. Anyway.
Penalty was declined. They're going to put the ball where he was sacked at, I believe. That's what he said.
Yeah, so I'm still confused. But anyway, they put 12 seconds on the clock. They brought the ball all the way back again. For the second time, they've brought it out to the 21-yard line. And Dexter's going to have it. They've got 3 receivers to the right. The speedsters, where's he at? They've got 2 over to the left, and we all jump off sides. And that's number 23. That's Brecken again. And Brecken with the big penalty on that 4th down play earlier. So gotta get that head straight here.
He's anxious.
3rd down, we'll call it 14 now, but that puts them a little closer to the end zone. So
12 seconds left, huh?
Yeah, I would guess they've got possibly this shot and one other one. The speedster is the inside receiver out here on the trips to the right. He's cutting across the middle. They're looking for him. They throw it over the middle. The Cardinals make the tackle in the middle of play.
Call the timeout.
We need to. I need to get over and scream and holler at our clock folks a little bit and tell them to. I mean, we can't even get a hometown run of a second or 2 off the clock there.
He's probably drinking some of his Dr. Pepper over there.
we stopped it real quick, see, and then now we start it back up after they get to the line of scrimmage. They're going to take one last shot into the end zone. We've got some guys going after. Get him, Ovi. And I think Ovi gets in there and pulls him down from behind, and a sack by Ovi Ontiveros will end the football game.
Such cliche, huh?
Eunice wins 35-7 over Dexter. Great game for the Eunice Cardinals. I tell you what, we're going to keep it right here, and I'm going to thank the sponsors, and then we will call it a night after we do so. These Cardinals came out here and took care of business tonight. Our sponsors, Devon Energy, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, Cardinal Hardware and Lumber, the City of Eunice, Zia Auto Shop, Redbird Gas. Over here to my left in the next booth, we've got the historic Lynn White, the man, the myth, the legend. The man played basketball for Ralph Tasker before he went to play football at the University of New Mexico. I mean, I don't know if most people knew that or not. In the backfield with him at the University of New Mexico was Cowboy great that went on to be like a huge star for the Dallas Cowboys. And my brain won't come up with the name, but he'll tell you, and he's got pictures of them when they were in college. On the other side of him is Bob Patterson. Bobby Patterson is the man, the myth, the legend around here as well. He told me he started driving to school when he was like 10. They lived out of town out here, and he would drive and park a few blocks from the school and walk over. That was back when he was the city public works director when he would tell me those stories. So just a pretty neat group sitting in the booth beside us. Rosendo Caballero sitting here with me, along with Charlie Fairbrush. We have had the pleasure of bringing you this Eunice Cardinal football game tonight. They win 35-7. Next week, we will be here at home for homecoming as the Cardinals will take on Texaco in what is set up for one heck of a battle. Any thoughts, Rosendo?
Well, the defense showed up tonight. They played awesome. The offense finally kicked it in on the second quarter, and I think we're ready to play Texaco.
Yeah, it's going to be a heck of a matchup. I hope we can get everybody healthy for the Knollmark Broadcasting Network. I'm Jimmy Jones. We've got Rosendo Caballero and Charlie Fairbrush. You know, we really appreciate all the listeners out there, and thank you to the Knollmark Broadcast Network, 103.7 KPZA, HobbsAmerica.com. Click on the Cardinal, as well as the YouTube Eunice Sports page. Jimmy Jones, Rosendo Caballero, Charlie Fairbrush, Thank you, guys. Good night. We'll see you next time.
Here, Claire.
Thank you, ladies, back at the station. We appreciate you. You guys have a great night.
Thank you. You too.
Good night. Good night.